better believe it. I'll be there. This is my home, and I'm home to stay.
Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, to fight for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, to fight for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow.
Chance. If you don't want education, do not come to school. Burn the schools and you have no future. If anyone is responsible for this, you're all crazy. I don't understand you. I don't like what you're doing and I want you to stop. All right?
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Miss Gaga is sick today. Her classes will be taken over by Mr. Colonerl. Miss Masombuga would like volunteers for the end-of-term concert. She'll be in the music room after school today. Is that all right? Right. So who leads the morning prayers today? Miss Masombuga.
Mary Masombuga, our very own teacher. You'd love her, Nelson. I just know you would. She's beautiful, and she tells us the truth. And she doesn't pretend she knows.
Est-ce que tu imagines ce jour, des milliers de gens dans un immense pré à Soweto? Et tout l'espace est vibrant. La poussière se lève vers le ciel. L'atmosphère est toute pleine de rire. On attend que vienne Mandela. On attend que vienne Mandela. Mon peuple, aujourd'hui je suis libre.
the people that are on board today. This is Colonerl Verla, one-on-one with the Ambazonians. Today is a day we have to see how to build our unity, trust among ourselves, hope and faith among ourselves. We are going to see the problems that we are facing in this struggle so far as unity is concerned. And we already know that united we stand, divided we fall. And we already know that this struggle has been able to be where it is today because of unity. We already know that if the people have not been together, we could have not arrived at where we are today. Therefore, this struggle in no way can arrive at Boya without unity. And there are certain things that are taking away unity. As a unity ambassador, from the first day, I always have a concern when it comes to our unity. Because again, even when we have our self-defense forces on the ground, if we do not practice unity, there's coming a time when the self-defense forces will turn against each other. There's coming a time, we have groups in this struggle at this point. If we do not unite among ourselves, there's coming a time where the commander of another group will command his forces to loot against another group. These are situations that we know that in the revolution are very, very possible to arrive at. Of course, we have a reference of Southern Sudan. We do not want what happened in South Sudan to happen in Amazonia. And that will not take place only because of us, the patriot of the struggle, cautioning the struggle. Remember and remember and remember and remember, it is a lot of caution we have taken that we have arrived at this destination. Remember and remember that no one knows than another, but we have to always caution our people. We have to have high self-esteem when it comes to our struggle. We have to have some kind of instincts when it comes to our struggle. In other words, we have to be very optimistic about this struggle because there are certain things that will come. We have to think forward than the struggle to avoid the things that might come without us knowing, or even if they are coming, we already know and expect them coming. We shouldn't act like babies. We should not be like, oh, you have to touch fire and feel the flames of fire before you know that fire is very hurtful. We have to know and accept that if someone tells you that fire is very, very painful, if you touch, you have got not to be a Thomas. To see the hands of Jesus Christ with the wounds before you believe that here is a risen Lord. That here is Jesus Christ who was crucified, dead, and was buried, but now risen. We do not have time for all those things. We do not have to prove to people that we have a genuine revolution. We have to understand that we are in a revolution. And by so doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, it doesn't matter. It must not take crowds of people to arrive at Boya. We have to speak it as it is, say it as it is, at all time as it is, and truth and nothing but the truth. We will have to avoid propaganda that are inside the house. The propaganda should be preached only against the enemy. Propaganda should be done only against the adversaries, only against Yaoundé, only against the colonial regime of President Paul Biya, and not a propaganda among ourselves. Example, you will not make a propaganda that you have seen our interim leaders that were captured when you have never seen them. You will not make a propaganda to say that our captured interim leaders, Julius Seseku, are in Nigeria when you have no proof. You will not make a propaganda the same like Tilapia Chiroma, the Minister of Communication of La Republique, that our leaders have been extradited to Yaoundé when you have no proofs. You will not make a propaganda to say they are alive or they are dead when you have no proof of their dead corpse or no proof of their lives when they are alive. You will not do all those things because for a revolution, inside the house is reality. Inside the house shall have to be the biggest and the fattest reality of a century. My dearest brothers and sisters, what killed the unity in this struggle? What has killed unity? I'm coming here I want to diagnose and prognose when it comes to the unity and for us to reunite, for us to leave our grievances and come together. We have to first of all diagnose what caused the unity, what caused the disunity among ourselves. And then before we pronounce the remedy, what will bring back the unity, we all need to know what destroyed the unity. Because if we do not know what destroyed the unity, then we will not know how to safeguard the unity tomorrow. If we know what have caused us the unity, then tomorrow we will not lack unity. Because we have known that there are certain things that we do, whether we are doing it for a right purpose or for a wrong purpose. Let us say we are doing it for the right purpose, but then the consequential effects are very adverse. Therefore, we must always abstain from doing those things, even though they are right, but they cause more harm than good. You remember in the Lumen Gentium, in the Bible, in the book of the Vatican, the Lumen Gentium says, never do evil so that good may arise from it. So you may do some evil and then good may arise from it. It's not always, because the end just does not justify the means. This is what is said in the Lumen Gentium. The end does not justify the means. Alright? So we have to be genuine in this struggle. The struggle is real. It is ordained by God, and anything ordained by God is real. So this is one thing that we have to do. I am not right. You are not right. We are not prophet. This is a revolution. No one is tantamount to right, and no one is tantamount to wrong. You know, this is why we preach the gospel of tolerance. The gospel of tolerance is a gospel in which, in situations, in certain complex situations, like what we have today, you do not allow somebody because you are wrong. You do not stop fighting anybody because you are wrong. It is just an act of dialogue. It is a high level of dialogue among ourselves. Meaning that some people will say things that in your ear are wrong, but you're just gonna be like, whatever he's saying cannot bring me independence, so I don't have any problem. Whatever he's saying does not disturb me from pursuing my independence, so I have no problem with it. This is called dialogue among ourselves. It is tolerance. When you practice tolerance, if somebody is saying a piece of crap, the piece of crap will die. Remember, when you keep fighting about the piece of crap that some people are saying, you are fanning the piece of crap. Example, if the music by Franco Colonerl, the Cameroon government saw that the music was very immoral, if they could have ignored that video, it could have never gone viral. But when the Cameroon government saw that the video made by Franco Colonerl, Sanga l'enfant, Sanga, Ambasser la petit, Balance la petit, Emile l'enfant, that is how the Cameroon government banned that music. And then it went viral because the Cameroon government went inside and fanned the flame in that music. To an extent where if you stand in France today and sing Colonerl Petit, you will see everyone singing Colonerl Petit. In Europe, in France. I even see in the United States, people know Colonerl Petit. But just because it was banned. So, when you see people talking piece of shit and piece of crap, the only thing for you to destroy that piece of crap is to remain silent. It's called tolerance. Just remain silent. Don't even talk anything about it. Don't say anything about it. But you all go talking piece of crap. Remember when Dr. Barrister Abala was released? He had only 10,000 followers in his Facebook. 10,000 followers only. Because of the piece of crap that we saw and talk about it. We fire him, dismiss him. Today he has 30,000 followers. We have helped him to grow. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't care if Bala is wrong or he's right. I don't care. It's none of my business. My business is the restoration of Southern Cameroon independence. Therefore, if anyone say anything that is contrary against the restoration of Southern Cameroon independence, and he is not the one killing our brothers and sisters, and he is not the one that kidnapped my jobs, and he is not the one that disturbed me from having a job to Cameroon ministry or government, then I have nothing to do with him. I have something to do with Ekema. Because Ekema had killed a brother of mine. Because Ekema had invited police and army and bees to destroy and arrest and shoot and kill Amazonians. Bala did not invite police to kill my people. Bala did not. In fact, instead he was arrested and almost tried to be killed by the same terrorists that want to kill me and want to kill my people. So why should I concentrate myself in Bala up, Bala down, Bala this, Bala go to London? Why can you not also go to London and preach as Bala? Why can you not go to Charlatan House? When Bala preach about federation, you preach about independence. Why can our own people, fly by flight, neighborhood by neighborhood, not also take their own flight too? Take their own hard-earned money or even donation money and go to Charlatan House. That if Bala talk about federation with the Republic, after you are also talking about restoration with Amazonia. You see, the problem in this struggle is the people of the struggle. It's the strugglers. That is the problem. The problem is not the sellout, the black legs, or the traitors of the struggle. The problem is us. We instead fan the flames of traitors. Alright? We instead make them feel huge. We even fought until he went to BBC and said the people he stood for and went to jail are fighting now against him. He said this in BBC. Now that gives right to Commonwealth Secretary General to only come to Cameroon and ask for where Bala is. That gives rise now for, we gave him the opportunity and fight him and make him went viral to an extent where the Commonwealth and the United Nations now know about him. And we are the cause. You understand? So that's why it's the UN Secretary General, Commonwealth Secretary General, any Any diplomat, the United States ambassador to Cameroon for peace, when they come, who do they ask in Ambazonia? Barrister Verla and his people. Do you not see now that in life, when you show love to people, people will be very, people, a human being is a psychological human being. When you show love to people, even what you have been saying is wrong, people will start to consider you. We need to show love to our patriot. I think this is one of the major problems of unity. Now, you have Mark Barretta. Mark Barretta has been able to push this struggle forward because Mark Barretta have almost 60,000 followers in the struggle. Mastermind the power of social media at your own risk. We say it from day one. La Republique criticize it. They call us Facebook bombalistic bloggers like Moki Edwin Kindeka of CRTV formally address us as Facebook bombalistic blogger, whatever you call it, bombalistic. We say the power of social media. Some people say, nah, social media independent. Facebook media, internet country, internet nation. Some people give us word, blah, 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 blah. We say, no, social media, we understood. We understood right from the Arab Spring that social media has become a platform that everything can be done. Politics, everything, business, revolution, everything can be done with social media. People must have minded it. We have even some of our leaders who writing letters from the ground and warning us abroad that we should stop the social media thing. It is here in social media where we join with the Ambazonian, with the strugglers, and donate money that is helping the struggle. It is still through the same social media that couple of meetings are being held, couple of live talk shows are being held, that we have the Southern Cameroon Broadcasting Corporation today, the ACTV today, we have Ambomu Live today, we have even the satellite hosted and passed through the internet to the people. The same internet we say from day one that this internet is an asset to the struggle. We were fought. Today we have seen it. It's a reality. Mastermind the power of social media at your own risk. What am I saying? Mark Barretta has able to stand as a one-man commando because of the social media platform he has. Tampang Ivo Tanku was able to stand on his own because of the power of the social media platform that he has. I myself, Colonerl Verla, when the people ran away from me, when the people, all the followers ran away because I did not endorse that mafia court case that we bring independent, that I said no. As a people, we know that Cameroon government is not a member of the International Court of Justice. I said to the people that Cameroon government is the one that infiltrated the struggle in that Skakuf and made Skakuf to feel that independent will only come from court case. I know that was a derailment. The same Republican agent inside the Skakuf advised Skakuf to dismiss Ivo and Mark. The same one, the same Republican agent advised the consortium, as you call it, to fire Bala and Abo. Where is the internet? Where is the independent today? After dismissing Ivo, Mark Barretta, Barrister Bala. Where is the independence? The same La Republican surrogate inside our group did all this advice, but we couldn't see. Have we forgotten that before the call of the court case, Mr. Tassan Wilfred had called for litigation? Litigation is self-defense. Mr. Tassan Wilfred, after he narrowly escaped from Cameroon, he was hijacked in Nigeria by a vampire. I cried in media every day. I cried in this media platform and said, let us do everything possible to take Mr. Tassan Wilfred out of Nigeria. People did not hear. Until later, Tassan Wilfred came from Duris in a video. We thought he was hijacked in Duris. Somebody was talking from the back and asking him to fire Ivo and Mark Barretta. And insisting. That was an advice from Cameroon government. We didn't know. We celebrated. Have people celebrating the firing of their own brothers. I said these people perish because of lack of knowledge. Slaves perish because of lack of unity. This is the disunity that is coming and slaves are not even seeing. Whether they are right or wrong, it is causing disunity. This is a big problem that was causing disunity. We all celebrated and became disunified. In fact, we celebrated our disunity. Today, where is the independence? No. When they fire Bala because he went in Charlatan House and he was talking his thing, they fire him. Where is the... that caused another further disunity. Among the 10,000 die-hearted followers that we are championing the independent for Amazonia. But who see Bala as a leader who went to jail, left from jail and was restricted not to even speak about the struggle, but he is still forcing in one way or the other to say something for the struggle. This is a man that was forced to sign papers in the Republic Cameroon that he will not say anything about the struggle, but he's still struggling to say, even in Duris, even under pressure, he's still struggling to say something about the struggle. Some people have a slave mentality that cannot reason. That here is a patriot that have gone to prison and have been warned to stay out of the struggle. Socially, politically, spiritually, and financially in all means. That he should stay out of the struggle. He signed, but he come out and he has not stayed out of the struggle. Some of us cannot even diagnose. Some of us cannot diagnose and prognose this as reality. And that's why I'm asking ourselves, what about the interim members that have been released? What about Dr. Naleva? What are they saying about the struggle? They are quiet. They close their anus and their mouth as if nothing ever happened. They even went just in the police cell, not even the prison. For 1 week, they release her. She's quiet like this. If she has sat 8 months in prison, in the dungeon like that of La Republic, what could have happened? If our own interim presidential cabinet members that are released are quiet, and they are even foreign citizens, and are quiet with foreign nationalities, what about a person whose nationality is Cameroon, and moving in Cameroon, and talking about it in Cameroon? Who among us in diaspora can go to Cameroon and open our mouth? You have people who are not even talking about the struggle. They are afraid to fly to Cameroon that they might be interrogated in the airport. I have had a lot of people telling me that, Colonerl, I want to go home. Colonerl, but I have not even seen these people share anything about the struggle in their Facebook platforms. But they are afraid that they might be interrogated in Cameroon, as bad as Cameroon is. Then you have people on the ground that have gone to jail for almost a year, came out, have signed documents that they will not even open their mouth, and they are still opening their mouth. And you cannot even diagnose and see this. I think Amazonian. And this is what baffled me. Now, this person calling for Verla as it is, calling for federation as he's calling. But what is his mind? Dialogue. What has he said about dialogue? That there is no genuine dialogue that will take place without the so-called us, me, separatists, me, secessionists, me, nationalists, me, the restoration, independent restoration. Has he not said this to all the diplomats? All diplomats that have come to Cameroon and seen him, he said it. Commonwealth, madam. There cannot be genuine dialogue without the secessionists, without the diaspora, without amnesty, and without any normalcy. There is not going to be. This is the same person that have been championing this. And you say that he is not with the struggle. You have something in your brain. You cannot even think logically. You cannot even think based on logistics. Because if you think based on logistics, how will a federalist be crying that there cannot be justice, there cannot be dialogue without the separatists? You don't even think there are no, you can't catch a fish with a hand. I think this is the problem of unity. I am crying because I see ourselves very frustrated, emotional, that we cannot even think and reason. I see comments in Facebook that I don't even understand if my people now have a common brain. Somebody is there in La Republic, in the dungeons, and talking about the struggle, and insisting that all of us, the secessionists, separatists, whatever must come for dialogue. Is he not creating a milieu for us to come and voice out our mind? Somebody is fighting to create a chance for us, the separatists, to come and say it that we want nothing but independence. You are all there fighting him. Yet none of you can go there and say that they should create a place for us to come and voice out. But you have that person that stands as a federalist, but he is standing as a moderate in order to call everyone on the dialogue table so that they can hear that our independence is a big case. How can we arrive at independence without a referendum? How shall we ever arrive at a referendum without us coming to a dialogue table, which includes the Amazonians and whoever the Cameroonese? So do you see how we are the problem in this struggle? We are the problem, because the referendum for us to arrive at that negotiation, it will all start from some dialogue form to a negotiation, then to a referendum. But now we are around now. The moderate that are trying to call us to come now and prove to the United Nations that we mean business. So we will keep ranting in Facebook, only ranting in Facebook, and we will never have a time to come and talk about what we really want. Why there's somebody there moving on the ground and trying to set every platform that they should call us, our interim cabinet members, to come and talk about face to face with the Republic of Cameroon government that we want nothing but restoration. You are fighting him. Let me tell you the truth. The reason why people go to hospital when they are sick is because they cannot diagnose their sickness. The reason why people go to hospital when they are sick is because they are not doctors. They cannot diagnose their sickness. I am diagnosing the Amazonian sickness today, and we shall have prognosis today. Because that unity must come. Because without unity, we cannot arrive at that Buya. We keep on pushing Buya to look so far. Buya is so close to us, but we are pushing it. We are pushing it and pushing it with disunity. When you fire Tampang Ivo and Mark Barretta, we were laughing. We know that the struggle is held by social media. How can you fire people that have almost half of the Amazonia social media space? You have Mark Barretta that own more than 60,000 Facebook viewers. You have a Tampang Ivo with more than 50,000. You have, and then you fire him and you think he's going to die? When they have all of them have die-hardest followers? We said this was a misadventure. You do not even need to do that. Because we spend months and months and months talking about their firing. And even now that I'm still talking about it, imagine if this had not happened. We could have not even been talking about this disunity. We could have still been unified as we were. So it is on the black man where you know they see another black man, they cover this way. You want to see another black man, you are on the same day for poto, they make you day for top. The same like Republican ministers, where they all sorted and there for top all time. Any person tries more, they put up on gata. So the only things that way would you do too. So you want to fire a person with big social media space. What have you caused? You instead make him go viral. Before the Mark Barretta was fired, he had like 30,000 followers. Now he has 60,000. Who is the loser? Ivo had maybe 32 or 25. Now today has more than 50,000. Who's follower? Last time I checked on my Facebook profile, I think I had lower. In fact, since I started talking about the truth and the reality, the number of people who follow my page have increased. Because I stand only for the truth and nothing but the truth. You can disagree with me today, but after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, I will prove to you that what I was saying back in the years was the truth. It is a reality because I know I am not only temporary in this struggle. The struggle will come. We shall win the independence and life of Amazonia will continue. What we say today is what correlates with our life even after the struggle. We are not going to end now. The struggle does not end. The people as who are alive, the struggle continues. That's why I'm bound to speak nothing but the truth. Because I know that in politics, those who speak the truth shall prevail. And those who speak lies and propaganda today, after 1, 2, 3 years, that will be their end. That the end of Skakuf. Who prayed that Skakuf should end? Skakuf ended only because of their lies, propaganda, sabotage, and you know, they trained John Morgan, they trained G faculty. You have these people moving and saying how they will kill Amazonians. You have these people moving and calling police even back home to arrest our people. John Morgan, Montana Roland, G faculty, these are people whom Skakuf wanted me to join in the communication team. And you expect me, a real person, to go and join a group of ghosts? You bring some ghosts to be in the communication team. You bring surrogate blackmailers in the communication team, and how do you expect us to struggle with unity? Where did our unity go to? Our unity went from the creation of Skakuf. Skakuf indicted all the blackmailers that exist in Amazonia, and inside those blackmailers were those of Tilapia Chiroma. That was a time when the Republican surrogate had the opportunity to infiltrate to the struggle. It was during the creation of Skakuf. We said the creation of Skakuf was unholy. We said it every day. Because of John Morgan, you go to their Facebook page, they never say anything about restoration. You go to their Facebook page, they don't say anything about federation. So who are they? And when you look at their comments everywhere in social media, it's kosh, assault. Everything, they don't say anything positive for the struggle. They will be able to type very good English on the activist pages. But in their own Facebook page, they cannot even write rubbish. They cannot even write anything in their Facebook pages. Some of them don't even share anything. But what they do is moving and causing hazard everywhere in social space. G faculty, Montana Roland, I know they cover my mouth. Kukumba, another one where they call them say Kukumba. They take and put them for interim government, take and put them for this. Say, how do you expect real people like me to come and be in places of former ghosts? People who were ghosts, blackmailers, sabotagers, castigators, you take and put in the life of 8 million people? I think that sometimes we have to think. We have to reason too, like common people. Some people have decided to risk their life for this struggle to see Boya. But you discourage them with the group of vampires. Group of pythons, how can you do this? How can you do this to the struggle? How can you kill the struggle knowingly? How can you destroy the struggle knowingly? We said it from the Skakuf. Skakuf didn't listen. Where is Skakuf today? We have cautioned the interim government and we keep on cautioning the interim government. Let the interim government learn from the SCACU. When people start cautioning and cautioning and cautioning, there's never smoke without fire. If you don't listen today, you will also have to regret like SCACU. So you are able to go and fire a Mark Barretta and Tampang Ivo and Barrister Verla, who has not even done anything wrong to the struggle that can kill the struggle. But then you go and house some blackmailers. You house some sabotagers that are even working with the government of Cameroon. And when we caution you, you don't hear. The same activists, the same people of the Republic of Cameroon government, they advise you to fire Iva, fire Mark Barretta. They later on advise you to fire Barrister Verla from his own consortium. They later on advise you to drop litigation. Tassan Guifen had called for litigation when he narrowly escaped from Cameroon. They advise him to stop litigation and embrace diplomacy. And then not only diplomacy, they advise SCACU to embrace what is called independent from the court case. What a mafia. They did not even recognize that this is the advice coming from Cameroon government infiltrators. We caution, you didn't hear. We caution, you didn't hear until SCACU declined. Interim government come. We give the same caution to the interim government. You don't hear. We say leave Nigeria. Leave Nigeria. They start fighting us. Leave Nigeria. After the Nigerian High Commissioner visit Cameroon. And they say what they said. And we all hear what they said. We diagnose and prognose it. And our prognosis was that our interim cabinet members should leave Nigeria immediately. Even if it means going to Ghana, they should leave. We came to Ivo wrote it. How this John Morgans, Montana, Jiva Koti, how them come and fought Ivo. They were fighting Ivo so much to show that they love the interim government. But trust me, they were fighting to make sure that they don't leave Nigeria. They made everything possible that even everyone should come and connive in that Nigeria meeting. So that they can just bundle them like that, like an egg, like a fowl in the egg. Just bundle them like that and take. This is what we have been crying every day, that they are infiltrated to the struggle. Now you have learned and known the action of the infiltrators. They don't come and fool their ham and sit. They are on a mission. They are highly paid. If the government of Cameroon have police, gendarmes, army, soldiers, what about having secret agents moving and infiltrating us? Now we have some gendarme and military people who don't even shave their hairs. Because they know that we detect them from shaving the hair. They allow their hairs to be afro now. You have some of them that wear even the wig to look like they are Afro people, that they are Amazonian soldiers. They are not. They're not. They don't shave their hair to see that, so that because we detect them before from their hair that they shave. So the same people later on communicated with the La Republique and the Nigerian force that as they came and cooked it in Yaoundé, when Nigerian High Commissioner visited Cameroon and was given that 500 million that they gave to Nigerian High Commissioner. That 500 million that they gave the Nigerian High Commissioner in Itudi, after they must have cooked what they are going to do to our leaders, we caution the interim government that leave Nigeria immediately. I have always been cautioning. I saw this even from the day of SCACU when Tassan Guifen went to Nigeria. I saw Tassan Guifen hijacked by a vampire. Hijacked. Because how can the same Tassan Guifen that have been communicating with the two interim leaders, very lovely, how can he come and just fire the people that have been crying for his safety, crying for his protection? How can they come and just fire? I remember how some amount of money that was sent to help them in Nigeria. Some amount of money, help that was raised in some place, Texas, in America, that was sent to help them on the ground. I have videos of Mr. Tassan Guifen and some of the Dr. Barrister Ayembe when they went to Nigeria and crying hunger. I have videos. If you want it, I can release the videos. Crying hunger and begging people to help them. They sent to us because we have their media platform. We took the videos and put in our WhatsApp, and people contributed money and sent to them. You need to see the videos. They are devastating. The videos are devastating. You will see my hungry people. We took those videos, sent through our own WhatsApp media with good people, and they contributed money and sent to them there in Nigeria to survive. Then they survived, and after they were stable, they saw that the people who had made them stable were fit to be dismissed, and the people of Amazonia did not even see the reality that they had been hijacked. I think that we have to stand with our leaders. Once our leaders are hijacked, I think it is our duty to recognize it. Remember that when a leader is hijacked, the leader does not know. We have to fight and make sure that the leader is stable. It is our duty to be our brother's keeper. Be your leader's keeper. I think this is very easy to do. The same people that infiltrated the interim government, they later on now work. After the Nigerian High Commissioner visit Cameroon, they now work with the Nigerian High Commissioner and Cameroon government to see how they are going to kidnap Seseku and cabinet. Of course, they came and took them like a fowl on top of the eggs. During that time, the interim government were not in good terms with Nsofoncha. Nsofoncha, who was moving there with the security for the interim government. During that time, they don't even care about the security. They don't care about their self-defense because the Republican agent inside the interim government make the interim government to feel that way. It was not a choice of the interim government. Trust me, it is the advice and everything for the Cameroon government that made them not to feel even that they were insecure. They made them to feel the highest level of security where there was nothing. They fought Dr. Ayaba and Dr. Apanga. Fought them. The Republican agent even advised the interim government to write an ultimatum. An ultimatum to force the self-defense masters to keep self-defense and join diplomacy. Akwanga and Ayaba said to hell with that. They were right. I came and I said it. I said every time that Akwanga was right. Every time I endorse and say Ayaba was right. The only time I had grievances with Ayaba was when Ayaba champions the restorers to fight the federalists. I say, Ayaba, no, you cannot do that. Slaves cannot fight slaves. Slaves cannot fight slave master. I said this. I said it openly. I said it many times on my Facebook. I say, Ayaba, you are a good person, but slaves cannot fight slaves and win. Because whenever slaves are fighting slaves, the colonial master, the slave master is the one laughing. Alright? I said it directly. So the same Republican agent inside the interim government connived with the Nigerian High Commissioner after he went to Cameroon in Echudi and went back. They collaborated together in a well-planned project and executed the arrest of our leaders. Today, you can all see, go back to our videos. Go back to my past videos and look at the cautions. We have cautioned it. They say you are a young person, you are young, you don't have wisdom, as if wisdom is only meant for some particular people. Sometimes the Lord speaks in an indirect way. God comes like a thief in the night. Since when will you advise people not to be kidnapped to leave Nigeria, and then you have people like John Morgan, have people like Montana Roland, you have people like the Kukumba and the rest, moving and causing problems and advising the interim government not to listen to caution. You have hired people because you think they are talking about you. Go to their Facebook platform and see if they are writing anything beneficial to the struggle. They will not write anything because they are out to destroy the struggle. It is our duty to see all these people that have been paid. They have been paid. That's why some of us prefer to be one-man commando than to go to groups that are working together with a Republican agent. I want to tell the truth here and nothing but the truth. This is the merciful truth, whether you like it or not. It is only the Dr. Ayaba and Akwanga that have not tantamount with any Republican agency the struggle started. Seeing the struggle started, these are the highest two that have been very consistent. I don't belong to their group. I have not been even a member of their ideology, but I know that they have one thing. Seeing the struggle started, they are focused, they are determined, they have one opinion, and they have not changed their ideology. It is fire by fire, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. They say that it's only by fire we can arrive at independence. They stick to it, they stood by it, and they're still standing by it today. When I look at myself as a success motivator, in life I have said it for you to succeed. You must be consistent. You must be committed. You must be focused and determined. And you must have a goal. You will not keep dangling and dangling with tentacles like a fish. And you expect yourself to arrive there. You are controlled by wind. Wind is going this way, you are going that way. Wind is going this way, you are going that way. You just follow the wind like that. Follow the crowd like that. We are one of the few people who refuse to follow the crowd. Because we cannot joke and play with the lives of 8 billion people. We never play with the life of 8 million people. That is why we decided to stand as one-man commando. To say wherever we see good, we shall praise it. Wherever we see bad, we shall caution it. We are not fighting. We cannot fight among ourselves. La Republic is the major person. That is why over 90% of our work is always against La Republic. You can see our work. 90% is against La Republic agent. And then we give caution to our people. We say slaves cannot fight slaves and win. That is the reality. For you to win the struggle, we must learn to identify our enemy and fight under our enemy. That is the same mentality we want everyone to take today. Because when you fight among yourselves, La Republic Cameroon government relax. We have arrived at a point where we cannot allow them to relax. Brothers and sisters, I think that we are the killers of our own unity. You are asking yourself where unity have gone to, but when you silence a member of the struggle with 30,000 followers, what do you think that will happen to the 30,000 followers that are die-hearted? You think they will be united with you and leave the person they believe in? No. The reality and the truth is that once you fire somebody from the struggle that had 50,000 followers, you are indirectly firing at least some 70% of those followers too. That is why there's a lot of punches, throwing punches in social media, comment, reply versus reply, somebody comment bad, you see some people coming to reply. That is why you see all those things in the media platform. You understand? That is the reason. The reason is just because we have fired a leader that have thousands of followers, and then the thousands of followers too have been fired indirectly. When you fire a leader, if you fire Cameroon government, you fire all the cabinet of the Cameroon government. Do you understand? If you fire Podbea today, it means that the Laurent Esso, Alain Mebengo, Tilapia Cheroma, Jean Philemon, all of them are rubbish and nonsense. You understand? If President Podbea is kidnapped or captured or whatever, or die today, it means the Cameroon government that you see that is finished. Do you understand? If you just go and put down HOD, just know that those people, Belinga, Mbumbu, Jean Philemon, Laurent Esso, Alain Mebengo, all of them are finished. This is the reality and nothing but the reality. So if you fire, example, if you go now and you fire His Excellency Dr. Common Sense, Dr. Samuel Sako, it means that the current cabinet member is done. Understand? When you go and kidnap Julius Seseko Ayoktabi, what have you done? You have already neutralized the interim cabinet members of Julius Seseko Ayoktabi. When you fire Bala, and Bala has 10,000 followers, you have also fired the 10,000 followers. When you fire Bala, and today Bala has more than 30,000 followers, you have also fired the 30,000 followers. Which among the 30,000 followers, there are 25 or 20,000 followers that believe in independent restoration. But they identify Bala as one of their mentors. It is very easy in a society, in a psychological society. This is normal. When you fire Mark Barretta, you have already fired the 60,000 followers in Mark Barretta, in Barretta platform. You are making these 60,000 followers to feel that we are worse than La Republic agent. You understand? This is a psychological time of the struggle, and you cannot cheat psychology. Human beings are human beings. That is why you can bribe human beings to go and vote you, and they will still go and decide the ballot box, the ballot paper they want to put in. Example, you have all seen what have happened. CBM had come and bribe people in Northwest to vote for them in their senatorial election. People do not vote them in Northwest region. People fail to vote them. SDF, who thought that they will win in a landslide, SDF is not always gonna be like that. You see people still voted against SDF. In life, psychology, you cannot threaten somebody's psychological integrity. It is in that person's hand. So when you fire Tampang Ivo with 40,000 followers, you are firing that 50,000 followers too. Among that 50,000 followers are people who believe in the independent restoration of Amazonia. But when you fire him, they start to question themselves. Are we really going to arrive at independence? These people are proving that if they have the military today, they will not only fire Ivo, they will shoot Ivo. These people are proving today that if they have the dungeons, the prison today, they will not only fire Mark Barretta, they could have bundled, arrest Mark Barretta, and treason him even. You understand? This is the reality of the struggle. These people are fighting Bala. It means that no matter whatever Bala is doing, whether Bala is calling for whatever, it's still the same Bala that goes to defend Mancho BBC in court. How many of us here leave from abroad to go to court when Mancho BBC is going to court? Even just to witness as a crowd. How many of us are doing that? The same Bala we are fighting is the same Bala that is doing good, and we don't praise that good. We only look at the bad and the negative things that he do as a human being. No one is perfect. No one is perfect as a human being. Understand? The only perfect human being in Amazonia is the one that will bring independence. You understand? Unless you have not bring independence, unless the arrested cabinet members are silent, unless Dr. Nalova is silent today, this is a lesson to some of us. This is a lesson to someone to respect the people that have gone to prison because of this struggle. If you respect them, they are psychological human beings too. They have a family to protect. They have their lives too. So if someone has gone to jail and is still talking about a struggle, respect that person. Because we have our own interim cabinet members like Dr. Nalova that is quiet today, that has not been saying any word about the struggle. But yet because he's a member of the cabinet of the IJ, we keep quiet. You see, we are alive. We are very discriminant. We discriminate. We are very unjust to ourselves. Unless we start practicing justice and treating everyone with equality, we will not see Buya. I am telling the truth. Unless we stop all those blackmailing, castigation, and sabotages, because they are not a member of the interim government. Remember what happened to Skakuf. Skakuf declined because of that mentality. We do not want this to arrive at the cabinet, at the interim government. That is why we are warning the interim government every day. And every day the interim government is not listening. The interim government is becoming weak and weaker. As a government, you have to caution your own surrogates. You have to put members in the level. Let every members act the same. Let the members refrain from causing atrocities and haram in the social media space. Let every members in the interim government learn that they are the voice of the government. That wherever they are, they represent the flag of Amazonia. You cannot carry the flag with poisonous words, with toxic words, rhetorical phrases, with all blackmailing, sabotage, castigation, and all the evil things that is being done only by the adversities. And you expect to push forward the ideologies of the interim government. You cannot see. Cameroon government has a challenge today. And one of the major challenges with the Cameroon government is to make us to fight Ayaba and Akwanga. This is the last stand of the Cameroon government. Because if the Cameroon government defeat the self-defense today, it is over. We shall remain slaves for life. Whether you know or you don't know. If we succeed to fight and win Ayaba and Akwanga, we are finished. That is the dream of Cameroon government. The dream of Cameroon government is to make us to fight the self-defense, to fight against the self-defense warriors. Because when we fight them, we are helping the Cameroon government to win them. We shall now tell the Cameroon government where they are, where the families they are coming from, so they can go and burn their houses. We can now tell them where they reside, which forest they stay, so they can invade and arrest them. You can now see, like the killing of Amazonian commander. It was a setup. It was a setup, complete setup. They set him up and then killed him, and that was done by one of our members. One of the people of the Amazonia set them up. So should you, I think that if we are not hypocrites, if you want to understand the notion behind my trip to Buya, my trip to Buya is very hypocritical. Why? Because we act like Cameroon government. When you see the people already doing something good, why you don't endorse it? Why you don't support it? Why you must have to create something from another thing? Why we keep creating groups? That is subgroup. My trip to Buya is self-defense. Why you don't declare that it's a self-defense? The government of Seseko Ayoktabi did not endorse self-defense. Where are they today? Can we not learn that it is a self-defense man that is still standing today? That it is somebody that stands on one word that is still standing today? That it is only the people that have not changed their words from day one to today are still standing? That people who have been mingling themselves and giving ultimatum to others and firing others are all gone? Can we not learn? Sometimes I think it is karma. Karma is real. This is the truth. Karma is real. Let us not act as if we are gods. Remember that whatever you do today to others shall be done unto you. Remember, this is the truth and the reality. Whatever you do to Mr. X shall be done to you. You can be Mr. P because B big head, P big head, whatever. You are doing to Mr. X because X is just a cross. Don't worry. Karma is real. Whatever you do unto others today shall be done unto you. That is why the old man say, whatever an old person can see sitting under the bridge, under the tree, a young man cannot see on top of the mountain. When you go firing people and firing people, I'm telling you that the divine Lord is on their heart. If this struggle is really ordained by God, when you fire people that have the struggle in their hearts, I'm telling you that the same Lord is fighting for them. We shall only know that when you fight the people whose hearts have been buried and their families, they have risked the life of their families because of this struggle. Know that the Lord of divinity will not leave them like that. No! This is why I caution everyone to stop fighting within the house and fight the enemy and concentrate on the enemy. We should have masterminded certain things and take no even like Verla has gone to Charlton house. He used his money. He do not use our GoFundMe money. He do not use our taxpayers' money. He do not use our donation money. So what is our problem with it? But you have people that use our GoFund money and go and hide in Naira Hotel to do whatever they are doing without your notion. I want to sound here as it is. So sad but true. I want to sound here as it is. You have good people who go to Naira Hotel without your notion. Using your taxpayer money, your donation money, your GoFundMe money, and you have nothing to say about that. We have to say this because we don't want the honorable cabinet member of Samuel Sako to fall such a victim. We have to caution this to make sure that our current interim cabinet do not fall such a victim. The interim leader, the IG, should understand that you cannot go anywhere representing 8 million people without the people's notion. You cannot. You cannot go anywhere to negotiate without the people's go ahead. We already know that no one in this struggle has the power to negotiate. Because when you try to negotiate behind the people, that is what happened. Because we believe in karma. Karma is real. Karma is real. When you go to behind the people and you are doing something that the people do not know, karma will take you. We want to tell the government of Samuel Sako not to be a victim of this. So sad but true. This is what we don't pray for. We have to caution the people. We have to. It has already happened. What happened in Naira Hotel already took place. Already happened. We cannot rewind it. All the damages have been caused. It is our duty now to caution the interim government not to fall against that victim. You listen to advice from the Cameroon government surrogate inside you, and you just follow them like sheep and sheep goods. And now look at where you found yourself. As of today, we don't even know why they went to Naira Hotel. We don't know. That's why the same barrister, Dr. Nalova, is quiet. That's why Nalova is quiet, because they are going to Naira Hotel was not holy. It was not holy. It was not holy. It wasn't. Which journalist was there to report? Which activist was there to report? Eh? Even Chris Arno, the Secretary of Communication, was not there. So you can know that that journey was not. That journey, I will say it and say it again. Remember what happened to the consortium. The consortium tried to dialogue with Cameroon government and were arrested. The consortium, if not because of the Coffin revolution, they wanted to arrest Verla and Fontaine even when they were still in Bamenda. That time they wanted to bundle them with Tazan Wilfred, with the even everyone, Ayapol Abinde, Mancho BBC. They wanted to bundle them even when the consortium was still dialoguing in Bamenda. Down to the Coffin revolution. They search for way and search for way. And how did they bundle Verla and Fontaine? They still use an Ambazonia to arrest them. It was an Ambazonia that leaked. And we have information. Of course, we published the information some months ago. They used an Ambazonia to arrest Ambazonians. The same like they used some of the members in the internet cabinet, in the IJ, to arrest the Ayok Seseko and cabinet. That is why some of the members were not there. What have we done to Milan Atam? What have we done to Milan? Because Milan is a member of the IJ. Because Milan has IJ as his private property. I want to sound, today is the first time I want to mention about Milan here. Who is more evil to the struggle, Milan or Verla? Verla, who is going and defending my BBC in court, or Milan who sit and set the satellite and put whatever he wants inside? All the girls in communication are their women. They go there, instead of doing the struggle, they go to make love. You have had a woman that has been miscarried and who impregnated one of the IG cabinet members. You have one of the leaders, the woman that miscarried after the arrest. And who is in charge of the pregnancy? One of the internet cabinet member. One of the cabinet member impregnated one of the cabinet member. They go there to make love. Why some of us have sacrificed our matrimony. Some of us have sacrificed the time we could have gotten married. But you have the IG members making love even in the conclaves. You go to the conclave and in the night you sleep with women instead of thinking about how to overcome this struggle. Impregnating them as a result. We have the proofs and facts. We don't just rant. We have proofs and facts of this. We have proofs and facts. These people cause scandal. That is very scandalous. Very scandalous. When I got the information that one of the person that was arrested miscarriage, I went forward to fact proof who is the husband of the woman. I went to fax proof who impregnated that woman. And it is what? The vice president of the interim government. You understand? The vice president of the interim government impregnated a woman. The interim cabinet members impregnate. They will take the girls that are all of them are ghost profile and then put them in the communication team of the interim government. Because they APA the girls. So now it's a game where you can take your girlfriends to put in the government or what? So any girl that you APA, you just take and put them inside the government. How will Cameroon government not come and bundle our leaders like fish? We keep cautioning IJ and IJ don't understand. You allow one person to do whatever he wants with the IJ. That represent 8 million people. So they come there in order to make love. Any girl that give APA to this person, the girl will be called to be a secretary. No. This I am speaking with facts. Because one of the person that was arrested was pregnant and miscarriage. And the founding of the pregnancy says that with facts that he was impregnated by one of the members of the internet of the IJ. These are facts. We don't rant. We speak with facts. And if you want to prove, come to us and we give you the proofs. You understand? Some of us have not been doing love for quite some time. Some of us have sacrificed love when this struggle is concerned. You have people going there representing the 8 million people and doing love and bringing their girlfriends to be communicators, to act in the communication team. You have the Kukumbas and the rest, the Eso, Gillian, and so on and so forth. Who are these people? Try to ask yourself who Gillian is. Try to ask yourself where the Esos, who are these people? You will see that they are the people who are being appeared by these IJ members. These old folks that are in IJ. So they will take their girlfriends after they appear them, they promise them positions. Why you have major people that are dying for this struggle and have no position and their voice cannot even be heard? You have somebody that have been non-sleep for the struggle and will caution the internet, even themselves, that please leave Nigeria now for you shall be arrested. And they don't even listen. Because when they say that these girls that use their nakedness to get to interim government, they do not allow the interim government to reason. The same girls that are sponsored by the Republic to Cameroon government, they come and open their legs to the internet, to the government. The idea use the leg, they eat the legs, and they don't listen to any caution again from outside. They listen to only what the leg says. They listen to what the girls with private parts says. And that's how they kidnap our interim government. Because of the hunger for the private parts of the girls. And these girls are acting as sabotagers, blackmailers, castigators. They are acting as backstabbers. They even make and join their own heads inside the cabinet to fight among themselves there. Because one want to sleep with her tonight. Another one want to sleep with her tonight. This is not fun. How on earth will you have somebody arrested and miscarriage and the pregnancy come from another member of the interim government? So they go to conclaves and all they do is sleep. How can they reason? How can they do things that will help the 8 million people when they choose private parts, sex, than the struggle? I think this is not funny to some of us that have prolonged our marital time, prolonged our matrimonial time because of this struggle. I think this is not fair. This is not fair for Samsoya's wife. This is not fair for Akum Julo's family. This is not fair for Dr. Christian family. This is not fair for Ma Epi's family. This is not fair for Pa David's family. This is not fair at all. They have lost their husbands, lost their children. Some of them are they are boyfriendless. Some of them are husbandless. Please don't make them to feel bad too. That you go to conclave and then you start sleeping with one another. My people, please, that is a scandal. And we shall bring the facts out. And if it needs to bring the facts and publish the facts, we shall publish the facts and the names of everyone that have slept among them. And where they slept. And in which conclave they slept. We shall publish the result if that is the case. If that is what we need in order to arrive at Buya. We shall publish it. We shall publish how many times they sleep with this particular surrogate, who slept with the particular surrogate, and how many among the interim cabinet members slept with that particular surrogate. You have one girl, some girls in this useless thing, and more than 3 of the interim cabinet members have slept with her. Can you imagine? Have they gone to become dogs or what? What are they teaching our children tomorrow? What are they teaching our children? And then you have people who risk their life like Mark Barretta, will not even have time for a girlfriend. You fire them from the struggle. You fire them from, you are afraid that this is a young man now that will come and take the woman. You fire Haipo from the struggle. This is a young man who is very handsome. He will come now and all these girls will start following him. That's why you fire them. This is Barrister Verla now. This is a high profile man. If you allow this man to rise up, he will soon take the presidency of Amazonia. You fire them. Politics, we know all those things. Was Verla not fired because he was talking that if Amazonia come and restore and they stand for direct, free and fair election, he will win the election in a landslide? Is that not why the interim government hide behind consortium to fire Barrister Verla? Is that not the reason? Verla was not fired because he went to Charlatan House. Verla was fired because somebody was a surrogate that was sent to Verla to make a record that was a trap. And Verla was heard in the video, in the audio, in WhatsApp audio saying that, they should forget all these things they're doing. They're fighting, fighting. That when they come to democracy and stand for Amazonia election, if he put his candidature, no one can win him. That he will win in the landslide and become the Amazonian president. What was bad in being an Amazonian president? What was bad in being Amazonian president? So we fire him because of politics. You understand? I want to speak this so that my people should know the truth and the reality. Why was Verla fired? Verla was not fired because he went to Charlatan House and was talking about federation. Verla was fired because he says if they go for free and fair election and he stands as the Amazonian president, he will win in a landslide. And then the people from the interim cabinet members who pretended to be consortium says that monkey no go work, baboon chop. Now so that was a comment in social media that week. All that week, all the comment was monkey no go work, baboon go chop. You could see from all those surrogates, those blacklists and traitors, you could see from all of them writing monkey no go work, baboon chop. That's the same thing they were doing. You understand? That's the reality today I've said. That's the reality. Verla did not sleep these communicators. Verla was not sleeping these girls that are moving and causing hazard. Verla has not had no time for them. But you go on in conclave sleeping them, and then after you sleep these girls, the girls will tell you, honey, please, can you go and fire Ayaba and Apanga? Honey, please, can you fire Mark Baeta, that boy like that? I heard that he was doing, and then they will just go and fire. Please, honey, can you fire Tamparaibo? That boy like that, he will come and that is it. And they will fire. Honey, please, I don't like what Ayaba is doing. You know Ayaba is becoming very popular. When this is block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, and self-defense, the people now see that diplomacy has failed. You know Skakuf just fell and the interim government will fail. Please, can you give an ultimatum to Dr. Ayaba and Dr. Akpanga to be submissive to the interim government? And then they will just write an ultimatum to send to him. Who is fooling who? Who is fooling who? These girls are working with Lapia Chiroma. These girls are agents of Cameroon government. This is how they put their hands on the ear of our cabinet members. Put their hands on the ear of our cabinet member. Until cabinet members are reluctant to hear advice. And today, look at where they are. In unknown destination. You don't even know. We said they are in hell in Comunicado. Which Incommunicado? Do you have the proof that they are Incommunicado? Do you have the proof that they can breathe today? Do you have the proof that they are alive? Do you have the proof that they are breathing and they are alive? Do you have the proof that they are in Nigeria? Do you have the facts if they are in Cameroon? Do you? You don't have. Even our people that were held in the bunkers, underground, we saw them. Even in the days of Guantanamo, anyone that was kidnapped and kept in Guantanamo, the world knows about it. Cameroon is a small country to bundle a group of something people and keep incommunicado without anyone voicing it out. I want to tell the truth. I want to tell the truth today so you can understand. We have some people inside the internet, the interim government. IJ, even today, has some people who are working with the Republic of Cameroon government. You understand? And because those people are preaching and trying to make as if they favor the interim government, and if you go to their platforms, in their Facebook, you will never see them writing anything good about the interim government. That is the first proof and facts that they don't even write anything good about the interim government in their Facebook platform. All they do is moving in activist pages and making their life very unbearable to stop the struggle. Alright? In the nights, they sleep with the members of the interim government, and then they change their mentality, put hands in their ear, remove wax from their ear, and make them to hear very well what they are saying. That's how our people were kidnapped. If you fight Verla today, ask Dr. Nalova, why are you quiet, ma'am? Why are you quiet after your release? Who impregnated you, and where did your pregnancy that you miscarried came from? Who is the father of that miscarriage, unfortunate pregnancy? Ask this question. When you get the answer, Come and fight us back. We have the proofs and facts and we can make it available at any time. So this is the reality. When you keep on fighting other people in the struggle, ask yourself what happened to Milan Atam. Milan Atam, have you resigned? What happened to Ngang Nam or Mangang or how you call it? What have they testified? Interim government, instead of you having facts and proofs about how did our people get bundled in Abuja? How did our people get bundled in Abuja? You have Chris Ano moving and ranting and fighting against Barrister Dr. Ayaba and Dr. Apanga. So you now turn to an extent where you cannot more issue executive action against Cameroon military killing our people, and all you can do is to turn against Akwanga and Ayaba that have come to protect the same people. Is it not this same Ayaba and Akwanga that cried that interim government should be protected and we all neglect it? Have you not seen Foncha when emotional after they keep appointing from one doctor to one professor, from one doctor to one professor, masterminding the people that are self-defense that we are protecting the interim government? Did you not see Foncha frustrated? Foncha cried and said, look at this. A revolution is not meant for doctors and professors. Revolution is for he or she who can take the lead and bring freedom to the people. You keep have market for appointing. Appoint. Ambassador to this, ambassador to this, ambassador to this. Keep appointing them and see how we shall arrive at Boya. And when people like Sofonja talk, you come against him. When people like Ayaba talk and say no, now only self-defense. That means if we endorse self-defense means that we need to protect our IJ. Because IJ is a government. All IJ need to do is to endorse it. IJ has come today to endorse self-defense, but they are still mingling around the bush. What is the meaning of my trip to Boya? What is the meaning? You want to endorse self-defense and you don't want to come clear? Come clear and tell the people we mean fire by fire. We have lost our people even when we were preaching moderate. We were sent. When we were preaching peace, we lost our people the most. So why is IJ still mingling around the bush calling it my trip to Boya? Because you don't want to seem that you are fighting against the self-defense warrior. Because you don't want to endorse Ayaba and Apanga. Because of political reason and gains and greed. That is why we are in what we are today. Because you don't want to endorse a brother that has been standing in his own dream and believing in that dream. And we all today, because of lack of hopes, we now believe that self-defense is the way. So you wanted to await until when Seseku and cabinet members are kidnapped before you endorse self-defense? You wanted to wait until when the cabinet member all is kidnapped before you believe in Aikwanga and Ayaba. Right? So you are believing that because you want to rescue your own people. What about Manjo BBC that was arrested? That Ayaba and Ayapanga was saying that for us to have them back, we have to fire the Republic too. You didn't care because Manjo BBC was not your family member. You didn't care because Manjo BBC was not the interim government. You didn't care because Senator Payne was not the interim government. You didn't care when we brought the Vipers. When we brought the Vipers, when the consulting leaders were kidnapped. You even went further in trying to spread hate against them. You even went and dismissed the people who had the go with the Viper. People had the code to the Viper. You went and even dismissed them. Dismissed Ivo and Mark. Because you were not in the prison. Because you were not in the prison. Because you were not arrested. You even went and dismissed them. Because you were now a free person. Because you have narrowly escaped from Cameroon and you think that you are free in that nation where you are. You dismiss the youth. The same youth tell you to leave from that country. I myself, I said that if somebody could have given a visa to Mr. Tassan Wilfred, I will pay the flight. My videos are still in this platform. I have never deleted any video. My videos are still in this place. I never deleted it. Go back to the day in February 2017. Go back and see my videos that I made. February, March, April. I made a video saying it. Any person to bring a visa, I will pay the flight, and I don't care how much a flight costs for Mr. Tassan Wilfred to leave Nigeria to Belgium, America, Canada. I cited all these things. Don't listen. They didn't listen. Today, look at it. I stood with the truth. Even when I used to be online with 500, 600,000 people watching. They left me because I stood with the truth. Today in the society, the truth, people don't want the truth. People want to hear what is sweet. What has sugar, onion, tomato, Maggi inside, which is fake. I resign to be fake in this struggle. I resign and reject all act of fakeness, all act of sabotage, propaganda among the house. Heresies, conspiracies, I am not going to do that in the house. I said it. The struggle has a long way to go. If you don't believe in me today, next year you shall believe. If you don't believe me next year, after 3 years when you look at back, you will know that I stood with the truth and nothing but the truth. Today, You have already 70 something people watching. It's been quite some time when I come online, always 20 people watching. And then I have some people who are die-hearted of this platform that will watch later. That's why we have at least, out of maybe some 30, 40,000 followers in this page, at least I know I have some 10,000 good followers. Out of at least 30,000 followers in this page, or 40,000 followers in this page, I know that I have at least 10,000 good followers. Because I see in the videos, they come and watch it and comment, and I see that. I see it every day. Some of them are at work now, some of them are driving now, and they will watch later. So I don't care about whatever the society say about it, because in life, you have got to know about the ends. You have got to know about the end. The end is what matters most. You understand? People can say whatever they say. Our problem is arriving at Boya. And we shall not fund what is not helping us to arrive at Boya. Like the court case. We shall not fund it. I will not. I refuse to fund that court case because it was not taking us to Boya. It was taking us instead to Yaoundé, to the prison, to Colonerl Massa, taking and making us to be arrested. I'm telling you that we are lucky. Imagine that because of that court case, Akwanga like me, Ayaba like me, so that independent cannot come from the court. Imagine if Ayaba and Akwanga has believed in that court case and went and joined the interim government. Look at it. Ayaba could have also been bundled like a fowl on top of the egg. Akwanga could have also been bundled in Naira Hotel like a fowl on top of the egg. Because they could have gone there, believe in court case, and then forgot about self-defense. Imagine if self-defense had been masterminded in this struggle. Southern Cameroon could have been ashes today. Southern Cameroon could have completely been dusted today. Whether you believe it or not. I'm telling you that the genocide that occurred on the 22nd of September 2017 was because we had no self-defense. I am telling you that the death and the massacre, the genocide that occurred on the 1st of October 2017 was because we had no self-defense. Today, the Republican surrogates are running from Amazonia today. Some of them have resigned today. I will say it and say it and say it. Time and time and time again. It is down to self-defense that serenity, peace and tranquility, territorial integrity is returning back to Amazonia. Down to self-defense that even the interim government that has rejected us not yet time is now doing what is called my trip to Boya. If the self-defense warriors have not stand on their own and unrepentant, the self-defense could have been history today. They said no one shall change their mentality. And they believe in it, they stood by it, they are committed, they are consistent, they are focused and determined by it. And today all of us now are falling to self-defense. The self-defense that have put more than 500 Republican military down. The self-defense that our youth are now embracing it and taking it in their hands. The self-defense that even our girls, we have seen some of our girls now believing that either they die or they live because they have no life. The self-defense that we have used all our resources to fight against them. Issue ultimatum against the self-defense warriors. I am telling you today, whether you believe it or not, I used to be a die-hearted federalist until my people were killed, until I saw blood spilled, even when I believed that Cameroon can be solved through some constitutional reforms, until my people were killed, my people were slaughtered, my people were murdered, massacred, and until I saw rivers of blood flowing all of southern Cameroon, Amazonia, like rivers. I asked myself, what is inside my brain? Why should I be very myopic in something that needs a presbyopic vision? Why should I be myopic? I look at myself and I said, I've been so myopic for a long. I've been so short-sighted. In fact, we are the cause of the killing of our people. In fact, indirectly, we are the cause of the genocide in Amazonia. We cause it, yes. How did we cause it? If we have all endorsed block by block before, that massacre could have not had opportunity to take place. If we have all endeavored to secure the independence that we declared, hundreds of our citizens could have not been killed and thousands arrested. Because by so doing, it could have been battle for battle. The Cameroon military could have been running away like they are running today. If we have all endorsed and protect the independence that we proclaim, how on earth can you proclaim an independence without protection? Look at the people who proclaim independence. Where are they today? We proclaim our independence without protection. The same people that proclaim independence, we all surrogated and make them to feel very humble, very comfort without protection. The Republic of Cameroon government is not a fool. They are very intelligent the way they do their things. They tried them many times and failed. They kill our people on the ground and discover that the people have the leaders abroad now who control the people. They look for ways in order to kidnap them and to make us feel very comfortable that they don't need security until they have been kidnapped. They bundle them like fowls on top of the egg. How can you declare independence and not know that you are an asset to the struggle? How can you declare independence and not seek the highest protection on earth? How can this happen? It's like we don't even know the magnitude, the norms, or the momentum of our struggle. It's like we lack basic knowledge about this revolution. It's like we need someone to define to us what a revolution is. It's like me. Every time I move, I'm always prepared to trigger whatever they fly that makes my life hurt. I am always ready to trigger even asleep. My hand never move away from the trigger. Because I know at any time what I am. And I know what I am. I know what can happen to me at any time. I move every time with my hand on my pocket ready to pull at any time. This is the reality. Do not act as if you don't know that we are in a revolution. We are in a revolution. We are trying to restore the love state of Amazonia. And the adversity. No government on earth has ever bowed to any movement that is aimed at separating a nation. We know that this is the toughest fight in a century that can ever happen. We all know. We the people that believe in self-defense. We know. We know that for you to believe in self-defense, it starts from your house. Because charity begins at home. I cannot be talking about self-defense when I myself is not protected. When I am bent down, you see his coat pushing behind. It is not the belt that is pushing the coat. It is a weapon of self-defense pushing the coat behind. When Dr. Akwanga bent down, you see his coat pushing behind two places. When the coat is pushing behind in two places, it tells you that there are two machines inside ready to pull a trigger. No one is kidding. When you see Tampang Ivota and Co moving in the United States, either he is having his own armed defense person, or when he bent down, you see something pushing behind. You don't know what is pushing behind. It's not just a machete. It's not a knife. It's not a torch. It is something ready to pull a trigger on the head of a betrayer. When you see Mark Barretta sitting, moving around, Mark Barretta don't sit like that. We have known what self-defense is all about. When Tampang Ivo, in that conference that they had in Houston, Texas, when he brought Apanga, brought all these people around in the Houston, Texas, after the arrest of the consortium, what did you see? He demonstrated the highest security for every member that were there. He hired security with gunmen. Gunmen were hired. The white American with gunmen, well-trained gunmen with license were hired to protect the conference. That is how a conference for this struggle should be. You cannot go to Naira Hotel without gunmen, without trained, secured, certified gunmen surrounding the hall. That was a demonstration to say that wisdom is not in age. Wisdom can be given to anyone at any point. Wisdom is the gift of the Holy Spirit. Wisdom can be given to any person at any age. Just like Manuela in Nigeria, the small comedian. The small Manuela has wisdom. It is a gift of the Holy Spirit. You do not need age to have the gift of the Holy Spirit. Wisdom, understanding, faithfulness, joyness, gentleness, self-control. All the gifts of the Holy Spirit can be given to anyone at any time. The Holy Spirit does not discriminate. So when he demonstrated in that conference in the Texas, where Dr. Ebenezer was present, for us to fight and unite among ourselves, before some people came and scattered it later. This is a young man who wanted to unite all the fronts, who believe in the vipers, believe that self-defense is the way forward. We are all federalists, but we believe in self-defense. That is why you heard about the vipers in the days of federation. Because we know that even federation could not come without self-defense. That is why we always endorse Ebenezer and Akwanga every time. Because even us as federalists, we believe that for us to arrive there, we must all practice self-defense. That's why you must have heard about the vipers. Vipers. Of course, in this struggle, the people that started putting self-defense were the vipers. And you all know that. You all know who controlled the codes, the nuclear codes of the vipers. I don't need to say anything here. So in that reference, I think that we have to understand, when this young man gathered the self-defense people, Dr. Ebenezer, in the Houston, Texas conference, he demonstrated them and provided a lot of security, gunmen well armed, to show to us that as interim government, Anytime you go to a place like Naira Hotel, you also need phonechas and the gunmen of our own extraction to stand there and secure the interim government. You don't listen until now. We are learning after the fire. You learn only from the bitter lessons. In life, to succeed in life, you must not allow yourself to learn from the bitter mistakes. We will not become Thomases. The Thomas in the days of Jesus. You don't want to see Jesus Christ's hand before you believe that he is resurrected. You do not want to see the scars in his hand before you believe that he was the Son of God that was crucified. We have got to learn and get caution from the struggle. You do not want to see the proof that independence will not come from court case before you believe that court case was a mafia that was insinuated to us by the Republican high-level intelligence to us. You will not believe that the firing of Ivan Mark was done by the Republican to Cameroon government with proofs. You do not need proof to prove that Bala is not the enemy in this struggle. We need moderate in the struggle. Without moderate, how shall we arrive at the dialogue table? Without moderate, how shall we give a case of negotiation for our independence? Without moderate, where shall we ever sit together with the United Nations to tell them as it is that we need nothing but independence? Without moderate to call for separatist, secessionists, and diaspora to sit in one dialogue round table, how shall we ever give them a case of that we want nothing but independence? How shall that ever happen? We talk about fighting Abala and the rest, but Manto BBC appearing in court without any of us leaving from abroad to go there. Why you have Bala maybe in UK today, and Manto BBC is going to be in court in 2 days' time? You have Bala flying back home to go and defend Manto BBC in court and the rest. Who is the enemy to Manto BBC? Us who cannot even give him water to drink in the prison? Us who cannot even give him food to eat in prison? Us who has forgotten posting about Mancho BBC free all arrested? Us who has forgotten the slogan free all arrested? Or the people that are still standing there and calling whatever they are saying and going to defend them in court that they have nothing wrong, that they did nothing wrong, that there are no proofs? Who is a friend to the family of Mancho BBC today? The one who is talking with the family and telling them that everything will be okay? Or some of us who run and remain only in Facebook? Who is a family to Mancho BBC? Who is a family to Senator Penn? Who is a family to everyone that have been arrested? Those who are negotiating the release of them and talking with their family members? Or some of us who only run in social media space? I think that unity of Southern Cameroon or Amazonia is in the hands of Amazonia and the Southern Cameroon. I talk about Southern Cameroon because there are some people who are still new in the struggle and are still Southern Cameroonians like we were in some month or a year ago. And very soon we shall give them tolerance. They will all learn and they shall become us. I have some bloggers that came to the struggle new. They were talking about struggle, federation. Today the same bloggers are standing now for restoration. Of course I am one of them. I'm a victim too. I was standing for federation. And until I put myself down and said, but what? Is this struggle meant for me to follow people or for me to follow the struggle? Because in this struggle, once you look yourself as the struggle is the ultimate among everything, you will change the way you are thinking. But when you are following people and following group, I'm telling you, you can never think on your own. I put myself down and said, is this struggle meant for me to follow the interim government, follow Skakuf, follow AGC, follow Maurice, follow Tampang, follow Margareta, follow Bala, follow Seseku, or follow Tassan? What is my rule in this struggle? I said my rule is to stand with the people of Amazonia. I asked myself, what the majority of the Amazonia want? The majority of Amazonia do not want federation. The majority of Amazonia want independence for true. I said, but in my mind, when I used to champion federation, what was in my mind? I said my mind was that federation was a short way to arrive at independence. Then I asked myself, why am I fighting people who believe that they can arrive at independence now? If really true that I was fighting for federation as a short way to independence, then why should I be sabotaging, blackmailing, and castigating federalists? Why should I be blackmailing, sabotaging, and castigating independentists or the independent or restorers? Why should I be blackmailing them? When I know that federation was my short way to arrive at independence, and they believe that they can take it directly to independence. Today, I stand today now and talk about independence. But it was a taboo for me to say this in some months or year ago. I think that the people of Amazonia should learn. Some people are coming new in the struggle today. They are still talking about federation. I am telling you that they will talk about independence tomorrow. Don't worry. Even some people that have been freed from the prison and are still talking about federation. If those people are talking about the federation, that's not leading to independence. Don't worry. Very soon, when they will lose their husband, or their wife, or their child, or daughter, or nephew, or cousin, or they go back again to prison, they will learn. Some people repeat class 2 times before they understand. Some people repeat class 5 times, yet don't even pass A-level like Ekema Patrick. And they do whatever they do, but later on, after 1 year, 2 years, they understand. No one ever wins a war against the people. No one can ever run, blackmail, sabotage the people, or castigate the people, or stab the people and succeed. We shall reveal them from one point to another. If Ekema today, this should serve as lessons to everyone in this struggle, that he who fought the people and against the people shall not prosper. If Ekema today have been revoked of all his academic profile, and Ekema today has been left for Operation EPV, the same EPV that Ekema was preaching for, the same government, the same beer, the same 85-year-old dictator that have served for 35 years that Ekema was talking and trying to silence to protect, is against Ekema today. And they are going to take Ekema to jail, and they are going to seize his properties. All those houses and cars that he bought are under investigation today. If that can happen to Ekema, I think this is a lesson to all of us to learn that no one can ever win a war against the people. When you fire a human being that stands for the people, you are firing the people. You cannot succeed. When you fire a person, a leader of the people, you are firing the people. You cannot succeed. This is lesson to us, and Cameroon government have learned it bitterly. That you can be as Nalova B is. You can be like this Nalova Lionga. You can be as mighty as the Governor Lele Afrique. You can be as mighty as Governor Fai Yengo Francis, who is an uncle to me. Fai Yengo Francis, who is the colonial governor from from Bui Division, from Northwest, from Amazonia, who is an uncle to me, but today shall face the prison. Today he has one option. Either he sneak through Nigeria, through Gembu, and run away to the Nigeria and then run away. His passport has been seized. He cannot even fly through an airport. So, Fayengo Francis, governor, the biggest governor of La Republique, will begin to work with the Republican high agent to make us what we are today. He has only 2 options. Either he go on exile, or he wait for the time for Operation Private to put him in prison. Of course, Fayengo Francis has no option. He will be in prison, or he shall have to run away, like the other one that ran away. This is the truth, and nothing but the truth. You understand? Karma is always there. Anyone that fought against the people, karma will visit them. You understand? When the Vipers wanted to destroy Ekema, at that point, it was very small to destroy Ekema. Very, very small. Oh my God, it was just like one hand to destroy Ekema. We told the Viper that, Vipers, please, we want Ekema to be alive, to see how this thing will unfold till the independence of Amazonia. We want Ekema to be alive to witness the inauguration of the Amazonia independence. We want Ekema to be alive to go through the pain and the sorrow and agony that he will start going through as from now. We wanted Ekema to see the same like Atanganji Paul. We want them, Atanganji Paul, Ekema, and the rest to see the reality, to go through the pain. We do not want them to be arrested. We don't want them to be judged and sentenced before the struggle end bigly and fatly. We have all seen today. The same way we all beg the Vipers, do not burn the Kumbu Palace. Allow Igwe to see if the Phonom saw will still send the Mwerong out to ask the people to bring the gun to the masters. We beg the Vipers for pardon on behalf of the Nso Palace. Nso Palace is still today not burnt because of the plea that we had for the Vipers. The Vipers were ready to go and burn the palace in Nso to ashes because the Phonom Nso sent the Mwerong to ask the return of the gun. Today in the land of Nso, how many guns have been taken from the colonial masters? How many guns have been taken from the terrorist military? Have you seen the Mwerong out again? Have you seen Mwerong gone to the market again? No. Have you seen any communication with a peace plan from the palace to return the guns? No. That is to tell you that we have all cautioned our leadership, cautioned our funds and chiefs, and anyone that derailed the struggle we face like the 3 chiefs that are arrested. Like the 3 chiefs that are arrested and are still in custody today. You all know because they betrayed the struggle. Because they have their own people moving as spies and taking the names of our warriors to colonial regime to arrest our warriors. Those chiefs are in custody today. I heard that one day they give them 1 cigarette to smoke and 1 cup of palm wine to drink every day. I think our self-defense warriors are even good and genuine. That they are able to give them 1 cigarette to smoke and 1 cup of palm wine to drink. And they are all naked, stripped naked, the funds, because they are useless chiefs and funds. They are all stripped naked. We caution the Fondom So. The Fondom So listened to the revolution, and he is alive and healthy, and he is quiet and mute for the struggle. That is good. If you cannot support the struggle as a chief and fund, stay quiet and stay mute. You must not talk against the struggle. We mean business and nothing but business. This is a struggle that we have lost our family members, lost our brothers and sisters, and we are bigger than blackmailing and sabotaging. We are bigger than having an interim government that goes to conclaves and starts sleeping with one another. Instead of talking about how we shall arrive at Boya. You go and start sleeping with Gillian, sleeping with Kukumba, sleeping with all these people there, sleeping with another interim cabinet member. That to an extent where a cabinet member will miscarriage, and we go to facts and fact-finding to see who impregnated her, and it is said that it was the vice president of the interim government. That the vice president of the IG impregnated a woman in the interim government, This is not a joke. That is a scandal. All of them, they should resign. They should resign. All of them should resign, and we have facts and everything, and we have screenshot of communication between them. They will resign. They will resign. You have a girl going for conclave and slept with 3 men before leaving the conclave. One girl, one woman, slept with 3 cabinet members before leaving the conclave. This is not jokes. This is not jokes. We are talking about the lives of 8 million people. Lives of 8 million people. You go there and you start opening your breast, your last, your empty smelling last. How will they not arrest the cabinet members like fowls on top eggs? When they don't listen to caution. All they care about is when they call conclave to conclave. We do not know the reason why they were calling conclave to conclave. Today, ask yourself, what did we achieve after conclaves? What was achieved? These people were calling for their bazaar to come and sleep among each other. We thought that they were going to represent the nation. If not, why would they go to a conclave and give an ultimatum to force the self-defense warrior to leave self-defense and come for diplomacy? Because they wanted them to come and be bundled in Abuja. We thank God that Dr. Ebenezer and Akwanga did not go to interim government for a reason. It is not for the reason of unity, but for the reason of keeping the struggle alive. Imagine if Akwanga and Ebenezer were arrested. What good shall that have served the struggle? To be honest, folks, to be very honest, imagine if Ebenezer and Akwanga bow down to the interim government and went to the IG and were also kidnapped. Should that have served as good for the struggle or not? This is to tell you that some disappointments are all blessing. This is in the Bible. Some disappointments are blessing. In the colonial language, le malheur des autres fait le bonheur des autres. Wait, le malheur des autres fait le bonheur des autres. In the colonial language, it means that some disappointments are all blessing. You understand? That is why we practice tolerance. We teach tolerance and we preach tolerance. Tolerate them. If we have all tolerated them to whatever they believe in litigation, let them all form their teams like they are formed today. It is not the interim government that helped Ebenezer to form the self-defense. It is not the interim government that helped Dr. Akwanga to form the self-defense. In fact, the interim government instead put them down and tell them that was not the time. Until the interim cabinet members are arrested before they start my trip to Buea. Must we always learn from mistakes? Must we learn from mistakes, my dearest people? Must we learn from mistakes? I think we should learn not to learn from mistakes. We should have all pioneered the self-defense when our leaders were arrived, because once we engage in self-defense, ourselves we shall be protected and defended. Because no one talk about self-defense without having a weapon of defense in him. No one talk about self-defense without having protection in himself. So you have our leaders that we are made not to believe in self-defense, saying it's not the time. Those leaders were armless. defenseless, and then they just came and took them like that from the doors and dragged them like that. Even President Paul Biya did not move without bulletproof. Atanganji Paul came to Bamenda with the military boots and bulletproof. We all saw it. They wear big suits. Why do you think they wear big suits? They wear big suits because inside it keep a space. Keep a space for the bulletproofs and audacious. Do you think that these people cannot sew sexy suits? So you have our own interim cabinet members that sew sexy suits. You have your sexy suit to come and stand vice president of Amazonia. Sexy suits. Forgetting that the Republicans sew big suits because they put bulletproofs inside. This thing must not all be said. But because of the slowness of the interim member, we have to say this so that they can understand the reality. The reality. If you have to go to fire Verla, start by firing Milan Atam. Fire Milan Atam because his journey and his ways of movement before the arrest of the interim member are not worthy. They are not valid. They are not foundings. So fire him. Fire him. He has to resign from the struggle and be a one-man commando. Let him prove himself by one-man commando. This is a revolution. If you have to fire people, then you have to fire the rest too. I think we have to understand today. This idea is not a property of a person. It's not a personal property. You do not know how much was put in the skakuf, in the skapak. If I ask yourself, how much money was donated in skapak that you want even to have accountability? You will not tell. But you have some small money for Dr. Fontaine's car. You all fought until heaven came and touched the earth. You fought until heaven, paradise and hell came and touched themselves together. Some small $12,000 US. You fought until the young man has to prove himself clean and do all accountabilities. Have you ever asked Maurice to declare how much was taken from the people? Have you ever asked the interim government to prove how much was put in Skapak, in that private paper? How much was put in that private paper? How much have you ever declared to the people? How much they give to this polyhawk that cannot even coordinate the release of our leaders? How much polyhawk has taken and is sitting on top? Our leaders have been kidnapped. No statement from polyhawkers. Eh? Our leaders, interim leader, Seseku has been kidnapped. The same Seseku that they take money through Milan Atam and give to Folihawk. What is Milan Atam and Folihawk doing with the thousands of dollars that they took and kidnapped? Do you see why I am saying this? Do you see? What has Folihawk done to lobby the release? Did they not say that Folihawk was a lobbyist? So, how far have they lobbied to United Nations to come and cry for the release of Seseku Ayoktabu and the members? How far is Folihawk going to lobby with Amnesty International to free our people? How far is Folihawk lobbying with the United Nations to free our people? How far is Folihawk lobbying with the African Union to look onto the situation of our cabinet members that have been arrested? How far is Folihawk lobbying with the United States Congress? How far are they lobbying with the Congress in the US to come and free our people? How far are they lobbying with the US Senate to come and free our people? How far is Folihawk lobbying with Nigerian government to free our people? How far has Folihawk gone to lobby with Cameroon government to come to tete-a-tete discussion, to gentleman discussion, to come to the negotiation, dialogue table, and have independence for Amazonia? What is the role played by Folihawk after our leaders were kidnapped? Do you see scammers? Once as scammers, they will do everything possible to have our leaders arrested. Folihawk's hands is not free. Folihawk work with the government of Cameroon. I am so sorry to say that Folihawk might have been the one of the champions for the arrest of our cabinet members because they want to go with the money that was given to them. Folihawk and Milan Atam are not free from this. Milan and Folihawk should speak. They should speak out. Milan, you give the money to Folihawk through Skapak. That Skapak that have never been audited. When Skapak is to be audited, the same members of the interim government go and audit them. How far are we not true that the thieves are auditing thieves? Scammers are auditing scammers. Since the arrest of our interim cabinet member, 3 months gone. Where is that fact findings operation that was set? Where is that commission that was set to go and bring facts and proofs? 3 months you cannot bring facts and proof. After 3 months, the only thing you can do is to go and fight Ayaba for executing the Republican civil worker. So that's the only thing you can see after 3 months is for Cristiano to go in social media and rant about Ayaba, to run and tell United Nations how bad Ayaba is, to run and tell United States how bad Ayaba is, to run and tell Belgium, the Belgian government, how bad Ayaba is, so that the Belgian government can expel Ayaba to Cameroon government, so that America should expel Dr. Atanga back to Cameroon so that they can be extradited too. That is what the IG can do. After IG has failed to provide us proofs why Atam Milan was not present during the arrest and the kidnap of the interim members, why Dr. Nalova is out and cannot speak the truth and cannot even speak about the struggle. The interim government has failed to provide the facts, founding and the proofs about all this. And the only thing where they go do now for fight self-defense warrior, where they have come to protect my own family, where they on the ground. So all when I get all the family now for abroad, we don't know the sister with family where they for ground so far. When we see now with family where they for ground, they kill them. I have some folks talking about our children are becoming prostitutes. I want to talk about this because this is only said by CPD militant. You have CPD militant and people of SDF who want to go and do their election. They say that our children are becoming prostitutes today. That our children are becoming gangsters today. So America, that fought for the war of independence. So America is all full of prostitutes. Is that why you are telling me that there's no good man in America again? So you are telling me that Gambia, that also paralyzes their activities for 2 years to fight and have their own independence. You want to tell me that Gambia is full of prostitutes today? Are you telling me that Ghana, that put themselves 2 years, Ghana, to fight for their freedom and liberation and have their Ghanaian currency, their Ghanaian status that you have today and the Ghanaian good education system. You want to tell me that you go to Ghana today, all of them are prostitutes? You want to tell me that Ghana is made of prostitutes? Nigeria once sacrificed 18 months to have the type of democracy they have today. Without 18 months, Nigeria could have been worse than what you know today. So you want to tell me that Nigeria is the Sodom and Gomorrah? People without brain receive brain in Jesus' name. People without mentality receive mentality in Jesus' name. Because it is due to lack of knowledge that people perish. It is due to lack of information that people perish. When I receive Christ in the mighty name of Jesus, when I receive revolution in the mighty name of Jesus, because when I don't have brain, when I receive brain for the mighty name of God the Father, when I lack what to say. When I say, some person ask me if I have a child home, I ask the person, what is the definition of a child? What do you define as a child? The one that must come out of my own intestine? The one that must come out of my own womb? The one that must be as a descendant of my own sperms? Is that who you call a child? No, because a parent is not necessarily a one that gives birth to a child. A parent is the one that understands the pain of a child. A parent is the one that understands the pain of a child. That's why not all parents are parents. That's why some parents abort. Some parents have children and abort them. Especially these people who go women country, go marry Oyobo people. Their brain, they sell their life to Oyobo people. They go abroad and just see life and just marry Oyobo man. Look at me. I can marry as many Oyobo as I want. I get everything that is. In fact, I have Oyobos running behind me every day. Oyobos run behind me as I'm saying. They are texting me right now. You think that some of us don't marry Oyobo because we don't marry Oyobo people? We cannot soothe our conscience to the Western mentality. We are African, we are Amazonians, and we have our village mentality that we have to keep to prevail. Because those village mentality are our heritage. Because the village mentality, the villager mentality we have is our values, tradition, and cultures that we inherit, and we are proud of it. And we will not let it go to sell it to the West, to Oyobo woman who will control our life in their palms. We will not pay for that child service that you are about to pay today. That's why so many of them that got married to these Oyobo people, what do they have back home? Nothing. What do they have as investment? Nothing. Do they own a house? Nothing. Nothing abroad they own. All they do is to work so hard and go for dinner. Because Oyobo man must dine and dine and dine. They work so hard in the evening, they go to dine. The money is gone. Every day they work to feed their Oyobo family. Because Oyobo man they feed from what? They have what they call starters. Starters, they have some kind of pastry where they go take them. Ice cream, chop, ice cream, pastries, peanut colada, all these frozen drink, this thing they go take them before they start chop. After the time for chop, they go chop. After chop, they go take another ice cream. Where they call them say after food, they go take some kind of thing where they say softener, eat them, drink some wine. And that's how Oyobo man is. They eat 3 times a day, full square meal, breakfast where they heavy, lunch, and then they eat for evening. So all we brother, we don't go marry them. Now so they don't go feel safe any money. That's why that way they know the prosper. Even 10 years where they there for white man country, their life is a mist. Because they go and adore, or your man adore the skin, the color. Like say some private part be different. Like say some body be different. Some breast they different. Some of us have opportunity to have all of those things. We have touched them. They are all the same. So understand, we are just people who don't want to have mental slavery. We are people who don't want to put ourselves under another person on earth. We are people who want to just be on the top of this world. We do not want to bow down to anything, any oppressor, anything that will make us to become slaves. We are tired of that. All of these people, when they rant against the struggle, they are married Yoruba people abroad. They married Yoruba people abroad. And most of them, they take their family all abroad. They do not feel the pain of our uncles, aunties, our nieces and nephews that are going on the ground. They do not feel the pain of our uncles and aunties, our family members, our village people, our people in our communities. They are not connected to communities in one way or the other. They have never ever donated a kobo in any community development back home. They have never ever donated anything to any community back home. They don't know the pain of our people. Some of them have 5 to 10 years they never visit back home. They don't know the pain of our people back home. That's why they are not connected. And the only thing they do is to fight against the struggle. To say, oh, now people are holding guns. Oh, now people are doing that. For your notice, to all these useless old people, fake people, some fake politicians, all these bat-headed people who don't sue their life to Yoruba people abroad. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something so that you can know this. When we talk about arriving at Boya, we understand the foundation of this struggle. All our time, our life is based on that foundation. All of these things that are happening are called the consequential effects of the not fixing the foundation. What do I mean? In life, we have learned that in any situation, you go and quench the fire and not the smoke. The smoke will eventually cease when the fire is quenched. You have people who are moving around to ask, why are youth having gun on the street? Momo, you don't get sense. The youth are having gun on the street. There's a cause. The cause is not the youth having guns on the street. The cause is what you let the youth not to succeed. The cause is the fire that led to the people coming on the street. The cause is why the lawyers came on the street. Why the teachers joined the lawyers. Why the civil societies joined the lawyers and teachers. If you look onto these problems, I'm telling you that youth will eventually keep the guns down. If you look into this struggle, I'm telling you that schools will resume. If you do not look at what caused the people to keep their children at home, I'm telling you that you are telling that most schools will keep calm, will keep closed. But if you look at what makes the schools to be closed, what makes people to keep their children at home, you are now at the helm of solving the struggle. You are now at the helm of solving the struggle. If you look at what made our people to keep their children at home, and not why the children are home, and not what the children are doing at home, you are solving the struggle. But if you are looking at what the children are doing at home, you will never solve this struggle because you are just ranting. You are just trying to quench the smoke, and the fire keep consuming the house. Look at where we are today. The same government denied that militarizing our zone was a problem. We have asked the government to demilitarize our zone and remove their terrorists from our zone. They refuse. We also have our military today. And our military now is also militarizing our zone now and making sure that we are protected. And driving all those people away. That is looking onto the forward of this struggle. That's why we believe in self-defense. Because self-defense look at the foundation of this struggle. The reason why this struggle is today. That's why self-defense came. And they came to stay. Because self-defense has come because the militarization of our zone is one of the founding cause of this struggle. Why the struggle is like this? Because the same colonial master used the military to keep and push forward their evil ideologies, their evil mentalities upon us. And our self-defense have come to uproot those nonsense, uproot those mentalities, those slave mental things that they come to give to us. That's why colonial masters that come to implement those things. That's why all the colonial masters that are aimed at assimilating us are targets of the self-defense today. That's why no DO, no SDO, no governor, no delegate, no provincial delegate or animator can open their mouth. No taxation officer can stand free in Amazonia today. Thanks to self-defense, it's not thanks to diplomacy. Diplomacy has never won a piece of land. Diplomacy will never ever won a piece of land. Even Cameroon, before they went to dialogue to have Bakassi, it was fire by fire. It was after fire by fire that they went and called for negotiation. Do you understand that they tried everything possible with diplomacy before going for fire and it did not work? Diplomacy has never ever won a piece of land. It is always after fire by fire, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. But unfortunately, you have IJ members fighting against Ayaba and Akwanga today. I want to thank Dr. Ayaba and Dr. Akwanga. When Akwanga studied revolution, guerrilla warfare, and have a doctor, a PhD in guerrilla warfare, a PhD in civil rights, a PhD in self-defense, I think, Akwanga, you do not have to argue with these people with brainless, people that have never studied diplomacy, people that have never studied anything when it comes to guerrilla warfare. Akwanga, I think that you are bigger to argue with them. Stop arguing with them and be focused. Dr. Ayaba, at the same time, when you were arrested by Cameroon government, you served in Konongi, the same Konongi that our leaders went today. That is why you see Ayaba has no fight with Dr. Bala. You have never seen Ayaba fighting Bala. Ayaba knows where Bala came from. Because Ayaba was once a prisoner in La République du Cameroon, Konongi. You have never seen Ayaba fight Bala. You have never ever seen it. Have you ever seen Ayaba and Akwanga have anything with Bala? No. They know. They were victims of Cameroon dungeons. They know how it takes to come out from there and still stand on your words. They know that for you to stand on your words, you have to go on exile. They know that if you choose to be in Cameroon, you cannot stand on your words. That is why they all went on exile and now can stay whatever they want. I think this is a lesson to some of us to understand. Otherwise, you want to shut me down. The lines are open. You can call the number on the screen on your WhatsApp or call directly. +1 786 630 2357. Again, you can call the number. The number you can call with WhatsApp. You can call with anything. And the number is +1 786 630 2357. You can call directly and speak to your people of Amazonia as the talk show will be ending in 20 minutes time. This is time for everyone to call and speak up your mind. Say it as it is. You can disprove me, disprove me. I have come today so that we can fix our unity. I have come today so that we can reconcile. So that we should call for a reconciliation. It is the work of the interim government to stop politicking the struggle that is apolitical and let everyone come together. It is the work of the interim government to support other groups. It is the work of the interim government to endorse other groups and support them. The interim government has to understand that power cannot be centralized. That the people of Amazonia are tired of power centralization in Yaoundé. That the people of Amazonia do not even want to hear about decentralization because they are eves. So it is the work of the interim government to support other groups, endorse other groups, and the interim government must not do what every group is doing. Therefore, it is not good for the interim government to even engage in self-defense because the interim government did not believe in self-defense at first. If the interim government comes to believe that self-defense is the way forward, then interim government has to shamelessly endorse Ebenezer and Akwanga, Ebenezer and Ayaba. This is the spirit of one-manness, the spirit of togetherness, the spirit of be a brother's keeper, the spirit of togetherness, the spirit of unity. The interim government have to exhibit or even exacerbate the spirit of unity. They have to do it in a monotonous manner, the spirit of unity. They have to do it bigly and fondly, the spirit of unity. The interim government has to show that the government cannot do everything. The interim government therefore has to henceforth support other people. If the interim government think that block by block the way forward is independent and litigation, the interim government here therefore has to bring a press release and a community to build the bond among the people, to build trust among the people, to endorse the self-defense, endorse the tigers, the warriors, the black, all of them, endorse all of them, so that we can know that we are now speaking together as one people. Fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow Amazonians, I think it is time for us to stop fighting one another. I think it is time for people like John Morgan, people like the G. Fakoti, people like Montana Roland, people who are always been known for fighting people and not bringing constructive dialogue, constructive criticism. I think it is time for them to wake up from their sleep and know that the people standing for this struggle are standing to fight for the struggle, and their aim is to stand for the struggle. We have a caller online. Hello, caller. Hello.
The Bluetooth
Hello, caller.
device is connected successfully.
Hello.
Yes. Am I talking to Verla?
You are talking to Colonerl Verla.
Okay. I just want to give my own contribution on this talk today. Yeah, you really spoke your mind. You spoke what also was in my mind. And people have been diverted from this struggle because there's a lot of politicking. Yes. People like Ayaba and Ebenezer, they have been going the right track. And I know these people personally. These people are people that they have come to, they come to our own house. I cook for them. I know when this struggle started in our house, and I know what has been happening. So when I came to Europe here, and I start to see people politicking here, appointments every day. You don't even know what they're achieving with this appointment, telling lies every day, diplomacy here and there. I was just looking. I said, these people, because the struggle just came out, some of them, they just want to use it in making money. Some of them, they just want to use it in eating money. This was really the truth. Whatever thing that what you're saying today is the truth. It shows people have to stop all this backbiting, blackmailing, and all this propaganda around, and then focus on one thing: self-defense. People are dying at home, so they must see self-defense. We have to fund it so that they can kill all these Camerooners from our land, remove them from our land. That is what we want.
Thank you so much, Kola. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much for this contribution. Yeah. The people are listening. The people are hearing you. The people are happy to hear the voice of an amber lady, the voice of the voiceless. Thank you.
I am Laurentia Jumba. My father is a chairperson in Kumbu. So my father has gone to prison several times. My father has suffered. My name there is Laurentia Vendemo. It is there. So I know the struggle. I have told Lucas, Ebenezer, and all those people. Me and Ebenezer, when I was in University of Cham, he came there. We did a lot of things. There are a lot of things I cannot even say it in public. But they just see people who don't even know nothing. They're just there. They will appoint somebody that a minister, whether it's a disease that the ambassador, they are traveling up and down, doing nothing. What have the idea achieved all this while? They keep on discussing the negativity in the whole place. Me, I'm tired. People are dying at home. Look at how people are dying at home. And then they are there. The money even they contributed, we don't even know where the money is going to. So if any way anybody has a means to contribute money, contribute it, self-defense, give it directly home. Give it directly home. For this IG. This IG is a mess. It's a mess going banana. It's a pure mess. It's a pure mess. I will say it and I will say it again. They have gone wrong and they have to correct themselves. All of them have to they have to resign. In short, they have to resign.
Thank you so much.
Anybody that doesn't like what I'm saying should go and drink acid and die. Because I know I am saying the truth. People are dying at home. We have to fund self-defense. If in any way you don't like Ayaba or you don't like Ebenezer and all those people that are for defense, you do whatever you want to do. You can throw your money away. But that is what we need now. Because if it is not that, what is happening in Cameroon wouldn't have happened.
Thank you so much.
He knows that we are fighting, or he knows that we have come over. In short, they should just forget about this IG. This IG is a mess. I'm telling you. I'm here in Europe and propaganda will do it. I don't care. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm never afraid of anybody. If anybody knows my dad, Mr. Vincent Juma, that man who spoke, whom Frank Venkat interviewed. If you know about him,
fire by fire.
You will know that the
fire
is like that man.
It's a warrior.
My heart is so big. I'm not afraid of anybody.
He's a warrior.
I think it's getting worse now. My family is personally persecuted from this rubbish. And then they are just playing with people's lives like this. They're just playing with people's lives like this. I'm going to call over now. I will start now the video. I will start now the video online.
Thank you, my dear.
Pick up all this IG.
I hate, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you know her father is one of the person that spoke in France 24 and it went viral. All of us share it and it went viral. That is the father of the person calling. You must know that this person calling is from a family that have been marginalized, have been intimidated, arrested, tormented, and a lot of atrocities have happened to their family. This person calling, I know them personally. I am a warrior from so, and I know this family. This is a family of the warrior that have stood for this struggle right from the centuries, from the almost more than 50 years ago till today. You all have heard. When we caution our people, it is for us to understand. Why I think we have people that we come here as surrogates, causing a lot of havoc with ghost profiles everywhere, and I think we just allow them like that. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. We have another caller online. Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening. Can we?
Good evening. How are you? Where are you calling from? How are you?
No, I'm fine. I'm calling you, Maryland.
It's a pleasure to have you on board. Amazonia?
Yes, Amazonia. Strong Amazonia.
The people are listening to you, my dear. Speak with your high voice.
Yes. I have just one question. And my question go by. Since we know about the interim government, I have made my contribution. Others have made their contribution. They have been telling us here and there, lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit. If you send your child to school to go and study, at least you are expecting something from that child.
A report
you
card.
Needed a result. If the child return home without a result, I think that parent of that child will be mad of that child.
Exactly.
Now, since we know about the existing of this interim government, we have been giving our contribution in daily basis. I'm saying this because I'm very angry. We have been giving this contribution in daily basis, but the government has never produced any result. Nothing. They keep on saying our trip to Boya. Tomorrow they will tell us our trip to Baku, our trip to Mountain, our trip to the BLM, our trip to this, our trip to this, our trip to this. Where is the money going to?
Good question.
We needed the result. We are not against the interim government.
Result.
All of us, we love our government. But we want something that people are demanding.
Yes.
We needed a result.
Exactly.
We not only want our trip to Boya, our trip to Kembo, our trip to this, our trip to that.
Thank you so much.
People are tired of all these things, all these games. We know all those games. We should not put on our feet and come and speak on the media and begin to say shit. We need a immediate result.
Exactly. Exactly. And the people have seen and the people have seen that even from the day of the Vipers. When we talk about the Vipers, we saw something happening. When we talk about the Vipers, we saw what happened to CAS. We saw what happened to these schools. We saw what happened during the day of the Vipers. When we talk about AGC and the Ayaba, you see the self-defense on the ground. You see what they are doing. So when we talk about my trip to Buya, when we talk about my
and the rest, are the only people that have called for Cameroon government to understand that there is something going on in an Anglophone section. That is the only people that have made the government of Cameroon to understand that there is something going on there. Apart from that, I don't need so many people to follow you, my brother. I don't need so many people to follow you. Not everybody believes in Jesus Christ. Even when Jesus Christ was doing all those miracles, he delivered so many people, but people did not still believe him.
Even when he died for the
not
people.
Everybody will. Even when he died to today,
not everyone believes
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, my dear.
I don't care how many people will follow you. Let them unfollow you. Let the little one that want to listen, they will come and they will listen and they will believe in their knowledge. But if the internal government want to do the right thing that the population wants, we will put our visa card and we will support. But if they don't want UK, we'll pull ourselves away and we'll support where we want.
Thank you so much, my dear, for this question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me give a space for other people to call. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. We shall arrive at Buya because of mindset like you. Because of people like you, I believe that this independence is an understatement. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, come on.
So the people, you have heard the caller, you have heard what the caller have said. So, as much as all of us have found the interim government for my trip to Buya, what is the exhibit? What is the proof? At least when we give some little money to Ayaba, we know the AGC is existing. When we give some money, maybe to the Tigers, we know they're existing. What is the one of the interim government? What is the name of the self-defense owned and controlled by the interim government? Now it is no more a time of the government of Cameroon we do this. The government of Cameroon, Julius Eseku Ayoktabi and cabinet, we are hiding away from self-defense. Where are they today? Now it is not a time to hide because the only people that are succeeding in this struggle and are alive are self-defense warriors. Ayaba Anakwanga is there, no one can near them because they know you can't near a rifleman. Therefore, the interim government, my trip to Buea, if you really stand for my trip to Buea and not another court case, because the people are afraid that it is another court case. The people are afraid that it is another court case for independence. The people are afraid that you are taking the money again to Folly Hawk. The people are afraid that you are taking the money to Folly Hawk. So, what is the group you are supporting with my trip to Buea? This is the time. We are waiting for this to happen. We wanted to give time to see what the interim government will actually be briefing. Today is no more time of chewing words. It's no more time of eating words. It is either a yes or do. It's a do or die. The Catalan people, if they were hiding and doing things, they will not arrive at where they are today. If the people of Gambia were hiding and doing things, they will not arrive at where they are. Before the people of Zimbabwe, when they were driving around Robert Mugabe, if they did not just stand up and say the truth, and as it is that Mugabe must step down, that could not happen. When the military put the guns and say, you will either go down or we tase you, if they did not come clear, Mugabe could still be in place. So the interim government, this is not the time to keep mingling around and putting things here and there. The interim government, what we are saying is, my trip to Buea. What has my trip to Buea done on the ground? At this point in time, we know that my trip to Buea already have more than 5 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000 to 40,000 to 50,000 to $100,000 donated by the people. What is that 100,000 doing? Is it going to give to another Folly Hawk or to give to International Court of Justice for Independence from the court? What is it doing? The people, this is the mic. It is time for you to call. If you can defend our interim government, defend. If you are a Cheroma, if you are another Cheroma for interim government, please come and talk now. Today, this is the time for you to defend the interim government, to show to us what the interim government is doing with my trip to Buea. Because the people are dying on the ground, our youth are dying, we have youth asking for help. Youth are telling us that they give money to some ambassadors on the ground who are pretending to be part of the government and they are doing nothing. The people we have good of youth, young people at the age of 20s and 21 and 19s, who want to take their freedom, and they are saying that they are limited in food, and they don't have things to use, they don't have the metal to use, they don't have the object that it takes for them to capture the land. What is the interim government with my trip to Buea contribution? What has the interim government set on the ground that is helping to capture the land? What piece of land has been captured by interim government? What village has been captured? What is the force keeper of the interim government on the land? What is the name of the self-defense force group that is owned by interim government on the land? The time has passed where we were hiding things, because the people who are hiding today are languishing in incommunicado. So all some of us that speak it as it is and be real, and we are not ghost people, we are not ghost profile, there's nothing they can do to us because we are real. And that's why I want to thank the caller, one of the lady that called. She called and said whom her father is, said who she is, she said her name and where she's calling from. I think that we should all understand. I think that we should all understand that this is a realistic struggle. We are not terrorists. We are real. And most of the things that are caused by who? Ghost profile. Ghost profile. Ghost profile. This is past a time of prayers. Past a time of only praying. Even Moses. When Moses prayed, he decided to take his people out of Egypt. He did not just pray and seek for miracles to happen. Even miracles were happening. We have to understand that even David did not only keep praying the Bible. David prayed the Bible and faced Goliath. We have prayed, we have all prayed in churches. It is time for us now to take the strength that God has given us and smack down the Goliath from our territory. We all know that in every independent nation on earth, they fought so hard and got their independence. Even America, War of Independence. If America has not fought to drive the king away and the queen away from America, America could have still been controlled by the great UK. They fought for it. They believe in it. They fought and take away from the pounds and put their own dollars. And today they have their currency called American dollar. Ghana did the same in Africa. Let us forget that this America, Western world. Ghana did the same in Africa. Look at Ghana developing. Ghana fought so hard that they will not be part of that useless West African currency called the franc CFA. Ghana fought so hard and they won their independence. And today Ghana have their currency called Ghanaian cedi. Look at how Ghana has prospered. Nigeria fought so hard that Nigeria is part of West Africa, but it cannot be part and parcel of that colonial French West Africa. Nigeria fought so hard and have their own currency. Their currency is called the Naira. Look at where Nigeria is today in terms of economy and growth. South Africa fought against the apartheid, fought against all colonial masters, fought for their independence. South Africa won. South Africa have their own currency. South Africa have their own government that is owned by themselves. Look at where South Africa is today. The little Gambia that had just fought and achieved their independence just some few years ago, 22 years ago, of course. Just 22 years ago in independence. Look at where Gambia is today. We have one of our sons by name Ashu Kingsley. Ashu Kingsley just sold to the Gambian Bar Association as a lawyer, a barrister for the Gambian Bar Association. This is something which he cannot have opportunity to serve in Cameroon, in French country like Cameroon, to be in the bar. In fact, this situation, this economic crisis, political, economic, social, spiritual, and economic crisis started because of the marginalization of the Cameroon English Bar Association. Meaning that somebody like Ashu Kingsley, a brilliant guy, a brilliant youth, could never serve in the bar in Cameroon, except he have a godfather to bribe, like godfathers like Belinga Mbumbu, godfathers like Ellen Mibengo, Laurent Eso, and so on and so forth. That is why Atanganjis keep on leaking their private parts so that they can keep them. They keep leaking their private parts so they can keep them in power. In other words, they keep jacking them off every night, so they can keep them in power. That's why the people like Kema, how market Leonga Nalova, people like Peter Isoka, Peter like Mafane, people like Simon Kichikiachu, how market today? You understand? This is the reality. The call is open. Please, you can call. The number is +1 786 630 2357. Again, you can call in WhatsApp or Skype. Skype for the people in Middle East. The Skype is Chief Verla. Chief Verla is a Skype name you can call from Middle East in the places where they are not allowed to use WhatsApp call. You can call in WhatsApp +1 786 630 2357. You can call again WhatsApp or call directly +1 786 630 2357. Call and speak of your mind. It is time for you to speak of your mind. IJ, what are you doing with my trip to Buya's money? How much has been donated? What are you doing with it? What is the group you have on the ground? We have youth crying that they have no herbs, they have no weapons, they have no arms, they have no bullets, they have no food to eat. They have no means to transport themselves from one area to another to fight and protect Amazonia. What are you doing? What are you doing to encourage the people? IJ, we have supported you. We are still supporting you. We are asking you now, what are you doing for the struggle to arrive at Buya with my trip to Buya? Come clear. The time has passed that we were hiding things because people who were hiding have ended up eaten by the Republican elephant. The people, our IJ member that says that it was no time for self-defense, they are all. The people that we are all quiet about self-defense and saying only diplomacy, they have all been arrested plus the diplomacy. And only the self-defense warrior, the riflemen are still moving freely in the society with their rifles. What is IJ doing with my trip to Buya's money? What is IJ doing with this money? The people have the right, when they donate, they have the right to accountability, the right to hear. Or has the money been given to Skapak? Has the money been given again to Atam Milan to use it to his girlfriends or what? Where is that money? Has the money been given to people who go to play on the loves in conclaves? Has the money been given to only people who go to conclaves and the only thing they do is to appear? The girls, the secretaries, those girls that are in communication team, what they do is to appear them and pass from one man to another in the conclaves. Is that what my trip to Buya's money is doing now, or what is my trip doing? You have the right to call and disprove me here. This is a call for the people. This is representing the 8 million people, because this is why the unity keep failing. Once you do not account to the people, and what happened to the court case happened, you have caused disunity. In fact, the territorial integrity of Amazonia was destabilized by a fake court case. That fake court case destabilized the territorial unity of Amazonia. We do not want the unity of Amazonia to be destabilized again. And by so doing, we have to hold the power that be accountable. We have to hold the power that be to speak to the 8 million people. Because we do not want some secretness in this struggle again. The secret that will not bring independence is not a secret. The secret that we end our independent interim cabinet members arrested, that one is not a secret. A secret that we end the whole cabinet members kidnapped like egg, like fowl on top egg. Is that one a secret? You go to Naira Hotel in a secret meeting to go and dialogue with the colonial regime or what? What took you to Naira Hotel? We don't even know. We have no idea. The people that have been released, they cannot speak. That means that the way to Naira Hotel was an evil move. It was a move against the people. It was actually against the people's will, because if that was for the people's will, why must it be hidden? Why do you say you went to discuss about the people? You went to do your private matters to through your bazaars and your music and have one of each other use people's private part and impregnate another one. Or what took you to Naira Hotel? This is the reality here. We have to go. In reality show, you ask questions that are real. We are not ghosts. We are not terrorists. We have to ask the questions that are destabilizing the peace and unity of our society. Shall you go again for another conclave in hiding? Shall you again go for another meeting in hiding? Shall you do that? Shall you do that again? If you do that, Dr. Samuel Sako, know what happened to our interim member? That will happen to you. So we are cautioning the current interim member. You shall not organize any hidden meeting that the 8 million people do not know. You shall not go anywhere again that the 8 million people will not come out to welcome you and shake hands with our president. Because we are tired of having a president that will go to Swiss and have security that we cannot even go there. We are tired of having a government that when they are moving on the street, they first of all put military 1 month before time on the street, so that as they are passing, no one can even wave their hands. Because when you wave the hand, they shoot you. We are tired of such tyranny. We are tired of having president that will sneak in and out in the night. No. We want to have our internet cabinet members, our ministers, and our president that our citizens can welcome them at any time, wherever they may be. We are tired of the tyranny. We are tired of backstabbing, of people doing things behind us without our knowledge. If not, why has Dr. Nalova not speak up her mind to say what took them to Naira Hotel? Why is she so quiet? Because the thing that took them to Naira Hotel was against the will of the 8 million people. Because you shall not hide the will of the people. Once it is the will of the people, you can't hide again because it is the will of the people. Because the people already know. You can't hide what is the will of the people. You only hide what is not the will of the people. What is again the will of the people? We all know that our consortium members dialogue with the Cameroon government and we are arrested. Did you go to dialogue with them again? Did you not learn that if you dialogue with these people, includes though you shall be arrested? Bala and Fontem and Atasan Wife. Why Atasan Wife didn't caution you people that they dialogue with Cameroon government, even in Cameroon, and they were arrested? And then you went to go and do some form of dialogue again or what? And you think they will not arrest you? When they arrest you, they will not even allow you to leave. This is the reality. This is the reality talk show. And you have to know that here is real. We are not ghosts. We say it as it is. We don't chew words here. Because if you don't agree with me today, I'm telling you that the current generation is watching me. And the next generation are the children at the ages of 12 to 15 to 18. They already have smartphone today. They are watching what I'm saying today. In tomorrow's future, the tomorrow's future belongs to only us today and the next generation. And the next generation is already electronic generation. This is called the microwave generation. The microwave are listening to what I'm saying today. And tomorrow, they will say, this man has always spoken the truth. He always say it as it is, as bitter as it is. This person is the person that can only speak the truth. And this is the person that can only lead, the person that can only stand with the people, the person that can only believe at. So my mind is not for the old, dilapidated, archaic regime. The old people, the old folks is not my own target. My target in my talk shows are not the old people that cannot have any benefit again in the struggle. They have failed in their own life. They failed to secure the independence for us that we are fighting today. The old people lie in the generation of my parents. They do not save their own future. They do not have their own future. They do not stand strong like we are standing today. They do not even have secured any future for themselves. And they pretended that they could secure for us. They failed. We are the ones standing for our future. We cannot listen to them because they failed. So they now tell us that they can fight to have freedom for our own children, for our own next generation, for the microwave generation. The microwave generation know that the old folks don't have they do not even achieve their own federation, their own freedom, their own independence. The microwave generation knows this, and they will believe in me because I say it as it is. The microwave generation know that I was not part of the member that obey the court case that was pioneered by Cameroon government to us to derail the struggle. Because Cameroon government know that they are not a member of the International Court of Justice. So they know the court case was to derail us because they wanted us to focus on where they are not a member. Alright? They did not want us to take the case to Commonwealth. They did not want us to take the case to Francophonie. Have you heard them mention Francophonie? No. Have you heard them mention Commonwealth? No. Have you heard them mentioning African Union? No, because they are members of these organizations. And they don't want us to remember this organization because it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for them to hear us talking about Commonwealth, Francophonie, and African Union. Because they are members of these states. They only have to derail us to the International Court of Justice because they know that they are not a member. Cameroon is not a member of the International Court of Justice. It's like when I do something wrong and you take me to somewhere and report me to Mr. Peter's father, to Peter's father. Peter's father is not my father. If I do something wrong, go and report me to my parent. So it's like we took our case and report to somebody's else parent. That we are not even connected, that we are not even related. The people don't laugh. Just like I say, you report me to somebody's parent who do not even feed me. He don't even feed me. He don't even have the key to our house. How will he disturb me? You are going to report somebody to a parent because the parent that feed him is the parent that have the keys to the house. The parent can lock him out of the house. That is when the person can adjust. You take Cameroon government, go report them for place where they know Sabi. Instead of taking them to report them to where they are a member. Of course, it was Cameroon government that brought that mentality, that mindset upon us. But when some of us cautioned our Skakuf, our government, they didn't listen. And today I have market for court case. The young generation is listening to me. The microwave generation is listening to the truth that I speak, to the merciful truth that I speak here every day. They know that I am not part of propaganda. They know that I hate conspiracies. They know that I hate the rhetorics. I hate to be part of heresies, things that will not help the struggle. They know that I do not have to stand for the struggle because of fame, because of popularity. They know that popularity is not what brought me to the struggle. They know that I'm a stable man on my own. They know that I don't need GoFundMe. They know that I don't do GoFundMe. They know that I fund myself in the struggle. They know that I chip my money to the struggle. In fact, I donate to the struggle. The current generation knows. And the microwave generation knows that I'm one of the people who refuse that issue of GoFundMe. Because I will not stand with GoFundMe when people are dying on the ground, when thousands of people are dying, when people have sacrificed their life without using money for the struggle. Akum Dilo did not have a franc or a kobo from the struggle before they kill him. Sam Sawyer did not use a kobo or a franc from the struggle before they kill him. Yes, the people that went to struggle to the prison like Bala and Fontaine, Bala in particular has no gain from this struggle. He is spending his money for the struggle, moving from one country to another, from one organization to another to talk about the struggle. But yet we are fighting them. Yes, we are fighting them. I think that we should understand that we should practice tolerance because the more we fight, the more it will backfire. Members of interim government, pack fine. The surrogates of the interim government will have pack fine. Will have stopped causing social media unrest to the people of Amazonia. Respect the people of Amazonia. They are all bereaved. They have lost their brothers and sisters. Stop running behind and sabotaging, blackmailing and backstabbing them. Stop! John Morgan and the group, stop! You shall not succeed with that. You shall not. So watch out to any group that have this surrogate. All the groups that have this surrogate because they surrogate themselves and produce their opinions. Watch out this group. They are evil groups. If not, how many times has this interim government called everyone to order? How many times? How many times? You need to caution your people, your surrogate and your members to order to stop fighting other people. That is what happened to our unity. Our unity went because you do not caution the people that destabilize the unity because they preach your ideologies. If you care more about the unity of this struggle and not about politics and not about you being popular, remember that one time Skakub was popular. Remember, at one point Consortium was popular. Remember that at one point NCNC was popular. Remember that at one point something will not be popular. That was popular. At one point, something will not be popular. That was popular. We beg that it shouldn't be the interim government because we know how many people have invested in the interim government. The money that the people give to Skakuf, when Skakuf declined, they declined with the money. To my people, the money that you give to Skakuf, where is it today? Skakuf decline with their money. You do not have the power to ask because it's the government, but you have the power to question Tapang Ivo with the $12,000 of the Fontaine Cars money. But you cannot question about the more than 100,000. You don't even know how much was given in PayPal. How much did Milan Atam collected in his PayPal? You cannot ask because it's the interim government, the gods of all creation. We are going to Amazonia because we are tired of another tyranny in Yaoundé. We are tired of living with a colonial regime. We are tired of living with a regime that you cannot question power. We are tired of living with a regime that you cannot ask them to account And therefore, if Milan Atam do not account to what they did with Skakuf and that money with Skapak and the paper, if they don't account to all that money, I'm telling you that IG is a failure. I'm telling you the truth and nothing but the truth. I am one of the members that pioneered the appointment of the new interim leader, Dr. Samuel Sako. If not some of us, we could not have the interim member. Don't say that I hate interim government. Because if not some of us, interim government will not even be standing as it is standing today. Because of our critics and oriented solution critics that is helping them to grow. As today, as we are saying, when Skapak and Milan will come and bring the Bilang total, the total of what happened to that more than $100,000 that was given. And they only used $3,000 to the court case for Lihok. They made us to understand that they have used only $3,800 or $500. What happened to the remaining $90-something thousand? And how much was given to Milan's PayPal? What happened to it? The solution of Skakuf does not mean that the money is gone. The money cannot just be dissolved like that. Understand, that is the reality. So my people of Amazonia, if you do not hold your own to power, we shall end up like South Sudan. We don't want to become like South Sudan. Therefore, we must hold our own accountable. You can call the number online. I have 10 minutes to go. +1 786 630 2357. Call the number on the screen. WhatsApp or Facebook. WhatsApp or Skype. Skype is Chief Verla. Chief Verla. Call WhatsApp or direct +1 786 630 2357. You are calling. You are talking to the people of Amazonia right now. They all fooled Tassan Wilfred. They fooled Mr. Tassan Wilfred and got him to a situation where he could not escape. They fooled Mr. Tassan Wilfred to dismiss Ivo and Mark Barretta. Today, how were they dismissed? 1 year don't pass. We don't get independent. Have we achieved anything? What have we achieved apart from Dr. Ebenezer and Akpanga with the self-defense? What have we achieved after firing? We made Dr. Alec Lisinge to leave. We made the Secretary of Education to leave. We make the spook man, Mr. Ayong Larry. Where is Mr. Ayong Larry today? When you start asking yourself, where are these good charismatic leaders? When you don't have Ayong Larry today as a spokesperson, what happened to him that he is not a spokesperson? Do you understand that there's a problem that's happening in this interim government that needs to be fixed? What happened to Bo Harbour? Bo Harbour was a spokesperson before Larry. Bo Harbour left for the same reason. They are intolerant. They are almost like a republic. Larry Ayong left again. The same thing, that they are very dictatorial. They are same like La Republic. Secretary of Education left with the same thing, that they are intolerant. Same like La Republic Cameroon government. Dr. Alex Lisinge left saying the same thing. Tassan Wilfred went mute. Refused to be speaking. Refused to go on TVs because of the same thing. Because they have all put Tassan Wilfred and shot him down even before he's kidnapped. What has happened to the interim government? What is the problem with the interim government? Start telling the people what needs to be. Prove to the people, where is the money to my trip to Buya doing? What is that money doing? Is that money helping to build a mansion for somebody? Is that money again to the court case? Is that money again helping for another mafia court case? Or that money is helping for another Folly Hawk? What group, what self-defense group is the interim government having on the ground? The lines are open to everyone to call. Call now and speak to the people of Amazonia. Call and talk to the people. This is the time for you to talk. And I am reading the comment. IG surrogate. No one open eyes and ears. Thank you so much, Merindum. That is the truth. They all have to listen. What happened to Ambassador Ray Baba? Thank you so much. Ray Baba has been very instrumental to the struggle. When Ray Baba is quitting as an ambassador to the interim government, something is happening somewhere. And when we start saying this, they don't understand. People started resigning from Skakuf. They were resigning from Skakuf. You also get this saying, oh, Skakuf has come to stay. Oh, Skakuf has come to stay. How market for Skakuf today? Nobody say at the level. Now, only the people will put a lot of energy to it where Bisabisia won't cry. Because all that energy so be wasted. The interim government has had a lot of people putting their energies inside. If the interim government is down today, it's going to be a big cry. And La Republic will celebrate more. So, when Ray Baba is resigning as an ambassador to the interim government, something is cooking wrong somewhere. Why is Ray Baba resigning? People have been resigning for more than a year now and people are still resigning. Why? Is it another dictatorship? Are we living from frying pan to fire? That cannot happen. We have to sort it out and fix it. The interim government need to be tolerant. They need to listen to people. And they need to practice caution. That is what we are asking. We are not asking a lot. We are asking the interim government to try to do everything possible to moderate with the surrogates, moderate with the members. I caution the members to stop fighting other people, stop moving in people's platform and fighting, instead of writing useful articles in their Facebook and making their Facebook platform juicy. Look at my Facebook today. Look at the activist Facebook today. They were ones like you. They have 0 followers. They have 0 people, friends. They build their platform, whatever they used to be their platform, they build it together, and today their platforms are standing together. You understand? That is the truth. I built my Facebook platform with my charity works, a lot of charity work, and my talk shows that I used to do before the struggle. I do it. The fake people that came to me during the struggle, they all left. That is good. I am still left with my real people that know and believe in me. The fake people that came to me because of the struggle and they are fake, thank God that they left. And today I have wonderful people standing with me. We have another caller online. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, caller. Welcome to board. One with Colonerl Verla and the people of Amazonia. Lines are over to you.
Yeah. I'm the king calling from Cincinnati.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but this issue of the IG, talking too much about the IG, let's just ignore the IG people. We ignore them. The only solution is groundwork. We should ignore them. They are sell out. We already know. We cannot preach. You can't preach water out of a rock. They will never change. They will never change. We can't preach water out of a rock. They will never change. See where 2 people were released. Where are the stories they can? They didn't have any story to tell us where Tata and the rest are today. A whole government was kidnapped. What were they doing in that hotel? That today they can't tell us. We are just wasting time calling their name, talking about IG. In another word, we are in some sort of publicizing them. Let's ignore these people.
Thank you so much, caller. Go on. Thank you so much. Go on. The people are listening to you. Go on. The people are liking what you are saying.
We should just ignore. We should ignore these IG people, because the more we talk about them, the more the people are hearing about them. We should ignore them. They have been contributing money. No solution. Nothing about the IG. I have doing the job in the field. As you just said, when Samsoya was killed, has Samsoya ever eaten money? Those houses burn. Have they ever eaten money?
Nothing.
We are just Chris Ano is there on a salary. This is working on a salary bill. Chris is being paid by the money.
And using the energy, using the energy to fight about the self-defense people. That's where my pain is too, brother. Thank you so much for that point.
Chris is on salary. What Chris is doing? Chris is on salary, paid by us, and he comes out and speaks rubbish. How is this and that? Forget about those people.
And we cannot talk about it because Chris belongs to the interim government. So we are building now the goddess of the struggle, the golden calf that we have all carved them, and now we are worshipping because Moses is not around, and then we are worshipping those golden calf, and we can't talk about it. Thank you so much, Kola. Continue.
Yeah. I think other people should also call. I will not take a lot of time. Thank you. And Verla,
yes, sir.
Verla,
yes, sir.
We should be paid in this situation. This is not a joking matter. People are dying. People are losing their homes. People are losing relatives back at home. And Chris will just come out and say foolish rubbish to people. You should be very careful. This is not a joking matter.
I'm telling you the truth.
What La Republic wants now is force. La Republic needs another force in front of La Republic. There are a corrupt set of people in La Republic, so we must face them with force.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
We know our field. They can never win us in that terrain. Never. They can never win us in our terrain.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Especially now that it's rainy season, it is time for us. You see, rainy season has just started, and hundreds of them are going down every day.
They will go down.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And to the people that say that La Republic is invading Amazonia because of the work of the self-defense, have you forgotten that the reason why they killed our people on the 22nd of September 2017 was because of lack of self-defense? They practiced genocide. 2 genocides occurred in that era where there was no self-defense. One day they killed more than 100 people. Imagine without self-defense that this government would be killing 100 people in Amazonia every day. Today now it is Only military that are killed every day. Remember that the government of Cameroon could have killed almost 1 million people today. But just 500 military that have been killed out of the 6,000 military that Cameroon gets. It's a great significance. Today now Cameroon government is taking youth at the age of 18 and putting in the struggle. If we have minded the act of self-defense, that could have never happened. We have crippled Cameroon government economically. Money they don't get. Now that they go borrow money now for Middle East. They go for Kuwait, for go borrow money for Kuwait. Go for Qatar, for go borrow money. After they don't go borrow for China. They work at borrow now, Paboro, Paul Biya Boro. That's the name now of Cameroon government. Because we keep the struggle economically, and we know that we are launching also, the same time we are launching the self-defense, we are launching the economic warfare. When we call the ghost town, we know that the ghost town, we know it is very painful for our people to observe the ghost town, but the results are big and fat. The results are coming now big and fat. Without self-defense, Cameroon government could have never said Atanga and Japan with a peace plan. When the day we were talking with peace plan, they were shooting our people with peace plan and Bibles in their hand. They were shooting them. When our people were moving and putting only flags on the street without a gun, only to put a flag, they will shoot somebody for putting a flag, a piece of cloth. They will shoot a youth for putting a piece of cloth, for hosting his flag and standing attention and singing, Hail, hail the land of promise, the people of Abbas. They were shooting people for singing their national anthem. And today, because of the gun now, the power of the gun, people have been saved. Because the people have discovered Paul Biya is an old man. Anyone, in fact, my 10-year-old child can go and just pull Paul Biya from the nose and drag him to grave. But because of the power of the gun, Paul Biya can live. Because of gun, Paul Biya protect himself. You think that Paul Biya is a strong man? Paul Biya is not strong. That man, that old man, now only gun they protect you. All these general where they happy worker with gun, AK-47, they don't get power. These people say nothing know how to carry gun for shoot up. But now only say they get gun. Now only thing we get their power. Today the Amazonian children are discovering the power of gun. And I'm telling you, once a youth discover the power of gun, you cannot take it back. You will not. You cannot take it back. The government of Cameroon have come from behind now to know that the youth now know the power of the gun. Oh, that thing, when you put in somebody's head, the thing just cool like that. The person just goes soft. How do you think that they arrest the phone? The 3 phones that they and the chief that they arrest. How do you think that they arrest the power of the gun? How do you think that they arrest the colonial master, the Dio Batibo, when they come arrest them now? How do you think the power of the gun? Dio, when they put the gun in the Dio head, the Dio just go down so. Nyati, silent, monyan. Just go so. They put them for your patam, nakam for your dumbi, put them for yinguni if he resists. If he resists, then go put the gun for yinguni. Nakam for your patam, put them for your dumi, put some me bingri and me for inside your head. When they touch gun for your head, so me bingri, me wengri. Now he go down so say I beg Oga no shoot. When I never see when they be arrest the civil worker, when they be arrest them. When I never see how be the bend down, no be them they send warrior and police say me they come kill our people. When they arrest them now, you start play holy person. You start big now say see the driver where begin to drive car where they say for Gustav no drive. They come arrest the driver. You go down say I beg no shoot. Oh I beg no shoot. I beg oh no shoot. Now they surrender everything for the warriors. Eh? See the camion driver where come tip timber. Where they arrest them. Where they arrest them where they come tip timber with some bee. No be some bee they work out with them say that they protect them. Why they arrest them now the bee too go down on your knee said made the no shoot. So the bee started with one gun. You see some group of 10 guys loaded with guns. The bee just collapsed so they had the own gun now. You go start the shoot, go start for shoot for which side. So you work now with the timber truck. Trailer say you want come tip timber. Say you be bee. Say you be the protector. With motorboy. They surrender them. They surrender. They lay down. They cry. They made a no shoot. Until B they cry. They made a no shoot. They take the gun, take everything. And then they arrest them too. How many people? Yesterday they arrest plenty people. They are not going to talk for here. Last week, the vice president of the court in Buya, the Supreme Court of Buya, was arrested. The vice president of the court. Vice president of the court arrested. The Dio Batibo arrested the new Dio. No be ZSF. When they come arrest the old one. The new one come. They arrest them. The only Dio too waiting for that place where they for or how they call them. Where they want to inaugurate them. Why they no inaugurate them yesterday? May they inaugurate them, may we see. No be them run. After the one run. No be 16 la Republican terrorism put them down. The vehicle way carry Dio. Narrowly escape. In fact, 3 minutes, how they motu for Dio pass? Now so the bomb where they put them for finish them, it explode. 3 seconds. Just 3 seconds. Make it can't be Dio, make we see now. When we start talking about self-defense, people say, nga. It takes the people to motivate what they want to be. This is the power of social media. We select what we want to be and push it hard. We never lost a battle. Because when we discover that something is good, we push it. We are so sorry that we have not heard the cry of Akwanga and Ebenezer and Ayaba at the beginning of the struggle. Because if all of us had the same mentality we have today, Akwanga and Ebenezer could have won this struggle bigly and fatly, even before the beginning of Skakuf. But thank God that finally we realize that self-defense is the way forward. We realize finally, some of us as one-man commando, we do not belong to any group. But we realize that you discover that we used to, the Vipers, where the Vice shall be before. What's the difference between Viper and self-defense? Viper is a self-defense. What's the difference? Some of us, that's why we very much endorse Ayaba and Akwanga. Because we know from the beginning what self-defense can do to the struggle to win. We know that Yaoundé do not bow to diplomacy, whether you go to heaven and come down. Forget about it. Our papa for NCNC, we don't do that diplomacy, come tire. Now why that way NCNC people, they talk. People, them like Honorable Statesman, the first statesman, Mola Njo Litube. Now why that way they did now only for restoration. Woha. Now why that way they said self-defense is the way out. Because Pa Mola Litumbe. Now people, when they don't carry Sote, carry big book, go United Nations. Carry big book, go America. Carry big book, go for all sides. It never bring any independence. Now why that way then they behind the Ayaba and Akwangas big time. Because they know say if you do something for many years, it know they happen. You continue to do them. Now insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over without any result. You must be without brain if you keep doing the same thing. You have to change. You have to change. You have to change. You will not arrive at your destiny if you don't change and adapt to ways that lead to your destiny. If you keep walking in tongues, you shall always be crying about the tongues, and instead of going to your destiny. The people of Amazonia, it is your time to understand that there is no sovereign country that have arrived at independence without fighting for that independence. You understand? Even the people of Central Africa who are trying to be an independent nation are fighting every day until United Nations peacekeeping force have a mission in Central Africa. This is a lesson to some of us to learn that the Gambian people fought. They do not just sit with diplomacy and arrive at independence. They fought. This is a lesson for us to know that the Ghanaian people fought. The Nigerian people fought. The South African fought. And all these cases, they used their guns. They used their self-defense to arrive at it. Today we are talking about Korea and North Korea and South Korea. They are what they are today because they fought. They do not just wait for Mr. United Nations or Mr. America to come and separate the fight. Today we are talking about Sudan and South Sudan. Yes, Sudan and South Sudan are standing the test of time about their consequences. But very soon they are coming back to normalcy, to have their countries in normal condition. They are coming back, they are dialoguing among themselves today. The fight among them has ceased. They are no more fighting among themselves. It's been some time you have not heard about bombs in South Sudan. You have not heard about bombs upon bombs among themselves. Those were the consequential effects of lack of unity as they arrive at their freedom. Southern Cameroon, we have the time. This is the time for us to fix our unity. And we shall not fix our unity with lies. We shall not fix our unity with propaganda. You shall not fix our unities with fake conspiracies and fake heresies and stories that are not unfounded and fake stories that are not truth. We shall not lie that our leaders are in Nigeria when we have no proofs. We shall not lie that they are in Yaoundé when we have no proofs. And we shall never lie that they are alive when we have no proofs of their being alive. We shall always say, as I say in this platform as of today, it's been more than 3 months and 5 days since our cabinet members were arrested. This platform has no proof if they are alive or they are dead. This platform has no proof if they are dead or they are alive. This platform has no proof if they are in Nigeria or in Cameroon. So long as Dr. Nalova release is quiet, close her mouth shut, we shall never know the truth. Because the reason why they went to Naira Hotel, Nalova cannot even tell us. Which means that it was a fidgeting, it was something behind the 8 million people that was very illegal. And so long as we start questioning the interim government, never ever to go behind, secretly behind the 8 million people. We have to caution the current interim government, never ever do that. And this is a notion to also to Ayaba and Akwanga. Only the self-defense warriors on the ground deserve to have secret motions. Only the self-defense on the ground should have secret motions, because they are moving secretly to win and safeguard the territory for us, our children and our generation. We are not fighting so that our children should fight again like we are fighting. I am not posing my money-making machinery to stand like this and talk for this struggle so that my children should keep on, should tomorrow pause their own money-making machinery to speak for the struggle. No, this should be the ultimate end, that we are sacrificing like this, not in vain, but to enjoy the fruit of our sacrifices. Today, I have 5 minutes to go. I want to thank all the callers that have called for today. It was so good that we heard from everyone. Thank you so much, and God bless you for being together with us today. Share this so that your people, your family, your children might see tomorrow how you fought. Share this because the surrogate of La Republique agent will never share. People like John Morgan can never ever share. They cannot. How will they share something that promotes the struggle? How will they share something that promotes us going to Boya? Mark my words. People like John Morgan can never ever share. They can never. Because they are inside the IJ. They support the IJ, but they are supporting the IJ like hypocrites. They are agents of Tilapia Chiroma that are inside the interim government and are fake, proving that they are standing with the interim government. They are not. There are people that keep leaking the information of the interim government, and every month to La Republique, to Cameroon government, in a way that our leaders will be kidnapped like a chicken kidnapped on top of the eggs. That is the reason why they can never share something like this. So this is the truth, and you know, go to their Facebook, go to John Morgan's Facebook and see what I'm trying to say here. But unfortunately, so sad but true, they are connected with the interim government spokesperson, secretaries, communication agent, and so on and so forth. You have them in numbers. You have John, Colata John. All of them are ghost profiles. You will see. Ghost profiles, all of them. But they work with the interim government. And I wonder, what sort of nonsense is this? We stand for a reality. We are real people. We are not terrorists. But you have people who act like terrorists. You have people with ghost profile in the interim government. And you want us to come inside. Come on, people. Either we are real, like Dr. Abeneza Akwanga. Either we are real, like Dr. Ayabacho Lucas, or we are nothing. That is the truth. Period. That is the truth. So God bless you and have a wonderful time. This is Colonerl Verla, and goodbye. And it's a pleasure talking with you today. This is Colonerl Verla, one-on-one with the people of Amazonia. Remember, we must be very confident among ourselves. We must be consistent. We must be determined. And we must be focused. We must have the hopes. We must have the... we must know where we are going to exactly. We should not just come and rant without any result. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Bye.
Est-ce que tu imagines ce jour des...
Yeah.